or they traveled from the planet of Tatooine, and following a beacon that Cell was hiding, they traveled to the planet of Rexus Prime, I believe that's what it was, and they discovered an ancient ship, an ancient warship. And they went through and got some parts, cleared the area, and were able to get the ship up and running again. And they took it to, I believe it was Mon Calamari, to a shipyard, where they spent quite a bit of credits to get it refurbished and ready for action. That is where we
Just
stopped.
double checking. Did you write down the number of credits? Because apparently I didn't subtract it from.
It was 25,000 credits.
All right.
Basically,
6,500 per person or something like that.
it was basically all the gold and platinum that you guys got from the Dragon Horde.
All right.
So let's see if this works with some sound. That doesn't very much sound like a spaceport, but you know, we'll go with that. All right, so you are on Mon Calamari with a bunch of fish-looking people, and you currently have a couple weeks. Is there anything that you would like to do on Mon Calamari, or shall we just skip through?
While here, Scathos is going to essentially go about looking for parts to repair Simon.
Okay.
The 10 gold worth, so redo that.
Okie dokie.
And the medical droid.
Yes, you have your own funding for that for a while.
I already fixed the medical droid.
Yeah, he's already fixed.
But sorry. Run around
Paul
the
doesn't think he's fixed enough.
Rejuvenation.
It'll be fun. No, if we just have time to spare, I'm just going to be running around the ship exploring this massive.
Oh, most certainly. Yeah, you've got plenty of time to be walking around while the crew's going through and fixing the outsides and sending a cleaning, a crew of cleaning robots to fix the interior.
Any stowaways or anything like that.
Why don't I bring you over to your new ship map?
Oh, snap.
This is dope.
As you can see on the bottom right, you have a hangar for the main hangar where you can hold the Jolly Roger and maybe one or two smaller vessels.
Oh my god, it's so big.
Yes, it is actually to scale if you use your rulers, or it should be. Yes, it is approximately 330 meters across. Rooms are not necessarily to scale, I just did it in the way that it sounded good.
Right.
So in the center, you've got kind of like the most element critical spaces, and the less critical spaces are on the exterior of the ship. Bottom left, you've got a nice little shot of the bridge, which is to the north of the map where Volva is currently got his token. It's got a nice little array, different stations for everyone, plenty of room to walk around in.
This is dope.
Oh no.
Okay, it's Christmas.
Yeah, and as far as the crew quarters, that's actually wrong. I'm not going to fix it, but there's actually, you can hold 200 crew on this ship.
I was gonna say 9 beds seems a little small for how big that room is.
We can
Yeah,
hold 200 crew, but there's only 9 beds.
there's only 9 beds. You have to
It's
share.
only
in
a
shifts.
30 meter by 35 meter room
Yeah,
with
so
2 stories.
ignore the beds. You can hold a crew of, or passengers, I should say, passengers of 200. The crew is anywhere from 7 to 12, I think it is.
Oh look, looks like the hollow room is right next to my quarters.
What are the
Thought
chances?
Cell was the captain.
No, she's the
It's her
owner.
ship, but
She owns the ship. She doesn't captain shit.
I'm gonna be the captain.
That's
I
probably
take the
not a
money.
good idea.
I'm fine with her owning the ship.
So,
Like, hey, this broke. You have to
You
pay
know,
for it.
salvage rights and all.
right. So you got an array of, a cluster array of engines in the back by the engine room. There is an Omni cannon generator, and the munitions chamber is right next to the engine room. The galley, like I said, these are all relative. They might be bigger, they might be smaller. You got tons of cargo space. I was looking at implementing bulk from Starfinder as a cargo thing, but I haven't done enough research to see what actual bulk equals to size-wise. So you can hold tons of just raw cargo. You have enough resources on the ship, provisions, to last a year without restocking for food. And of course that's all varied based on number of passengers. Any questions about the ship?
In
Yeah,
this
but
cargo
Critical
hold.
Role in their ship.
So as far as like how big this son of a bitch is, like, can we dock it, or does it have to stay like in orbit?
Technically speaking, it's smaller than a Star Destroyer. And there have been Star Destroyers that have landed on planets, a la Rogue One.
Right, that's what I meant. Like, so like, yeah, would we be able to like kind of quote unquote park it?
You should be able to do atmosphere. Obviously, you pulled it off of a planet, so it can survive atmosphere. And
Well,
although
okay.
on planet, probably not the best to be flying this thing around. But you
Yeah.
can land it if you have to.
use it as our land speeder.
Yeah, to start blowing all cities away as your huge engines start
Well,
pushing this
like
massive.
on Rogue One, it was like a center point. Like, everybody saw it. It's like,
Right, where it was like
Oh.
hovering above the city. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's the size of a city.
It's the size of a large city, yes. So you're like 300 meters wide by approximately 85 meters deep, and I think it's something like 90 to 100 meters tall. So there's actually could be like 3 or 4 levels of all these different things in the center.
well, Vala's going to go through the inventory, like munitions, gun ports, whether active or not active, offensive, and then shields and blast support.
Right. So, you did check the life support systems before you left the planet Arexis Prime. They were functional. I think we said like half of your guns were broken. So you currently have the large turbo laser on the north side of the ship, or map north, and the proton torpedo was damaged. So that's currently being fixed, as well as the front array of medium laser cannons, which are mounted on the front of the Omni cannon. as well as you have the large Omni Cannon. As far as munitions go, I would say you would have currently, rough number, let's say 30 shots from the turbo laser. You don't currently have any proton torpedoes. And the Omni Cannon is used, it's essentially it's a large railgun, so it just uses electricity. So it doesn't actually have a consumable munitions with it.
God, I love Discord. I just realized, I was about to tell you to turn the music down, and then I was like, wait, I can turn the music down.
Yeah. That way we can all hear it at the levels we feel is necessary. Yeah, as far as like shields and things, most of the essential systems were intact, but they are being repaired. Anything that's on the outside, like sensors or like a shield generator, would be being replaced.
Alright, and
That's a good point.
last is function. How would I go about knowing what the ship can and can't do?
Maneuverability-wise.
Yeah. Can it turn on a dime, or is it like a big rig where you gotta take wide turns?
Roll me a... roll me an Arcana check.
Amic is going to aid him in this endeavor.
Thank you, because...
In fact, I have a +5 to Arcana. What do you have?
I guarantee it's not that.
Cool. Then how about I make the roll? And
How about I aid you?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright, so it sounds good on Twitch. It sounds like it's just below your guys' volume, so I think we're right.
Cool.
Right at the right spot.
22.
Ooh! Ooh! 22.
Amic's a smart motherfucker, yo.
He's been around a few ships.
Plus,
So-
we're partners now.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Equal shares. So, it is not a...
Well, shares are up to Scathos. I don't
yeah,
make those decisions.
right. So, it's
You
not
gotta delegate when you're a Dark Lord.
Yeah, this is going to turn out great. All of you turning out Dark Lords, and eventually you guys are going to have to turn on each other. It does not maneuver on a dime. It is a slower turning vessel. It's not the slowest, but it's like a medium turn speed.
So, in terms of like, who could we outrun and who could we not outrun?
Okay, so I would say you could outrun. Let's just use like original trilogy. You could definitely outrun a Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Because
okay.
a Star
so,
Destroyer's
like, if
bulk.
it comes down to like a chase and like the Republic's chasing us or the Sith are chasing us, more than likely we can outrun them if things are running well.
Yes, you would be able to outrun the capital ships. But if they have like short or medium range fighters or specialty frigates, they could probably keep up with you or overtake you.
If they're like specifically like, hey, we need to
If they're
chase
designed
them.
for speed, correct. Otherwise, capital ships and so capital ships are going to be 5 times or larger than the size of your ship.
Okay, so we're not quite Star Destroyer.
No, Star Destroyer is like 1,700 meters long, and you guys are 300.
Okay, so we're like, if the Star Destroyer takes up that entire space above Scarif, then we're like, or is that Scarif? Jeddah.
No.
If it takes up that
Jedi.
entire space above Jeddah, then like we are only going to be taking up like a section of the city.
Correct. Yeah. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Basically, 3 times the size of the Falcon.
Yeah. So essentially,
No, much
and
more
it's
than that.
it's hard. It's hard with using Rogue One is because they don't classify what type of Star Destroyer that is.
Either way, it's a good kind of comparison.
It's a good judge.
Like,
yeah, I would say.
So
let's
like,
just
is our ship like able to fit inside a Star Destroyer, a la like when the
Episode
Princess
4?
Leia's ship gets like captured?
No,
Like
no,
how-
you were too large
okay,
for
so
that.
we're bigger than that.
Yeah, so I did a lot of research trying to figure out how big the ship should actually be.
No, that's good. That's
so
why I'm asking these kind of questions.
The tentative 4, which is Princess Leia's ship in episode 4, is or tentative 5 is I think it's 150 meters long. The Falcon, the Millennium Falcon, is 75 meters long. The tentative 5 is like
Okay, so
175.
We're about twice as big as that.
About
ship.
twice as big as that. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that's a good relative size.
Yeah. And the ship that you guys
We're
currently
big, but
have,
we're not too big.
yeah, and the Jolly Roger is smaller than Millennium Falcon. It's just got a weirder shape because it's got that weird nose cone and then the thing on the side.
And a
But I think it comes
terrible
out to
name.
like, I think it's slightly smaller than the Falcon, if not the same size.
Sel, what are we gonna name this ship?
You mentioned the other day. So Savage Port. Because
Well,
I
that's-
salvage lots of things,
That's what we can name our company, but what do we name the ship?
but I didn't think about.
Ship's gotta have a name. And we gotta have a better name than Jolly Roger. That's pointing at Volwa.
You do know that the previous name was the Gravestone.
I actually do kind of like the Black Pearl.
If you guys want to run nautical with it, I can run nautical with it. That's cool with me.
Alright, how about a female name? It always works.
Queen Anne's Revenge. Don't do that, because I don't feel like typing that out anywhere.
What do you
Uh,
like,
Reaver.
those?
While you guys are contemplating that,
The Thunder Road.
Little Bruce
Well, the
Springsteen.
Jawas on Tatooine have their sand crawlers. Perhaps this could be our space crawler or something along those lines. I'm not opposed to the gravestone as is, but likes creativity on our part, certainly.
Google for names.
I will say this: Amic would know of mighty Mandalorian battle armors, battle mechs that were called basilisks. That might be something that would pique your interest. Mighty war machines that they would use in battle.
What's like a mythological creature that's like indestructible?
Medusa. You look at it and we kill you.
You do Kronos.
I don't know, Medusa. That, even though I kind of shunned it when I heard it, but you say it, Medusa is docking.
I feel like ships have names like Revenge and, like things like Enterprise, right? Like, it's
They
just like,
signify what they do.
yeah.
Independence.
The Black Pearl kind of
That's
works.
not bad.
What does the Black Pearl mean? It means freedom.
It means freedom.
What's the political party that's in between?
Pirates.
Not left, not right.
Indicator.
I like that one too. We can name it the Narwhal. Theme song.
What's a narwhal?
The corner of the space.
Oh my god. If you name your
narwhal is,
ship the Narwhal, I'm gonna put a fucking narwhal in that's gonna skewer your ship, just so you know.
No, not the narwhal. Oh my god.
Cataclysm.
I'm joking. If you want to name it the Narwhal, that's that's up to you guys. This, just so you know, This will go on like official record of, okay, when you come to a planet, you have to give your name. You know, you might want to have it be something cool if you're gonna go down.
Now we'll name it Patches.
Who did this to us? It was the narwhal.
It was
Narwhal came.
the UMS Narwhal.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We could name it Opportunity. Or, if you prefer, we could name it. Hold on. I just saw a cool one. So, Balak, B-A-L-A-C, is Mandalorian for Opportunity.
The Balak. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I can go with that.
The Balak Pearl.
I like Balak Pearl, actually.
Cool, Balak Pearl.
All right, it's unanimous. Even the DM likes it. Balak Pearl. So, if you care to add your name somewhere in the blue around the ship, go for it. I'm sure you guys can type on there, right?
Again for me, though.
Amik's very familiar with typing on the map. Okay, Sal, you said you wanted to investigate the ship. It is a large, obscenely large ship. We're talking 300 meters, so that's 900 feet. It's a lot of area to cover. Where do you want to start with your investigation?
Into this area.
Okay, so you're gonna go across the little wing there to the proton torpedo area. Is that my music or someone else's? Let me just. Okay, that was me. I was going insane over here. What does that have to do with space? Okay, roll me an investigation check over on the proton torpedo area, please. The Balak. Is it with a C or a K?
It's a C.
Let's see. All right. So let's put this in white. Let's let's do it in like a. Yeah, let's go with like a cream color.
I was just wondering, is this like just one massive gun, or is there like walkways and stuff in this area?
Oh yeah, there's gonna be walkways and stuff everywhere.
I claim this gun as my home. This is my new red.
Well, what I mean by walkways everywhere is there's literally walkways all over the ship. Oh, come on. Give me something good.
Text.
This all suck. No, ew. Alright. The Balak Pearl. I like it. Alright, let's move that down to map layer so don't click on it. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, so did you roll your investigation check?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Investigation. Why do I even ask? Hold on. Why are you rolling at advantage? You got a 3.
9.
9.
I don't know why I was with advantage. I just started playing. It shouldn't have it clicked.
All right. What's all your? So you got plus 10. I'm assuming. Yes. Plus 10. 13. All right. With a 13, what are you looking for? That should be a better question. What are you looking for?
I'm specifically looking for like any droids that may have like been on the ship that we weren't originally aware of, or like any sort of like I'm mostly looking for anything that doesn't belong on the ship, like creature wise.
Oh, okay. I'm sure there's dozens of healing droids.
Yeah, I mean, you do, well, as far as that's concerned, Volva, there is a full medical bay as well as a cryo bay. looking over the proton torpedo area, you're getting in there before the cleaning crew does. The cleaning crew is essentially going from the front to the back, starting with like the bridge area and then moving their way back. Going across these catwalks in this very greasy and like dank walkway. It wasn't running for a long time, so it's got a very old, musty smell. Old grease and like shavings and dust just stuck everywhere.
Smells like home.
It smells like a sandcrawler, which is just up your alley. Going across, and you're looking. It's not necessarily like a catwalk, but it's a walkway that leads down to like a T intersection where they have. I see now, just for you guys' sake, I don't know if that's an engine down at the bottom or if that's some kind of part of the mechanism. So just bear with me on that one. But you see this contraption. Actually, I'm going to say that that's part of the Omni cannon, the back part. So you see these large pipes running on the left side, which would be the back side of the ship, that are running to the Omni cannon generator, that are running over to here. So this seems like a large turbine. And in front of the turbine, there is a single proton torpedo projector. And looking around, you see a railing. You look over it, and it kind of just goes down for like 40 feet, 45 feet before it starts curving down around, making a circle. And you see a couple of little chittering droids, but you know them to be like non-hostile droids. But there are some little remnants of droids on this ship. Like, they look like little crabs climbing along the bottom of the ship.
Kind of like on this platform that I'm walking around on. So like I want to like be standing over them on this platform.
They're more crawling
circular.
along the circumference of the shell of this generator turbine. So it's not where you're walking, but you see them like further out. So the walkway kind of goes in the center of this area. Let me draw you a quick line here.
Sure, I'm like hovering, like not like directly above them, but like I'm over them. So
yeah, you would be over them. So you're looking down and you're seeing them kind of skitter down the walls to the bottommost flat area of this turbine.
What do we know their function? Like, are they maintenance like dust?
You
or
would have
rodent, or...
to roll me an Arcana check on that.
Go stealth, go stealth.
I'm rolling?
Mm-hmm. Arcana.
Oh, I'm great at Arcana checks, guys. You know that.
You are.
Look at that!
So you know that these are scavenger droids. They're little droids that are sent in large, or not necessarily scavenger droids. They're more like scouting droids. They're these little crab droids that go and look for parts on the ships for the bigger droids to come and collect. So they are not harmful to the ship. They're just gonna climb around and try to report back to whatever is a larger robot to come and collect the crucial parts.
I'm going to look down at them. You listen here, you little bots. So now, you report to me. Everything you see that happens on the ship, you tell me about, okay? I'll let you live. Otherwise, I will use your pieces for other things.
Okay. Intimidation? Against robots?
Probably the program. Definitely a program thing.
They speak back to you. We do not recognize your authority. And they go back their business.
To take out my blaster carbine and shoot one of them.
Okay, make an attack roll. Alright, you hit one of them and it explodes. And the rest of the ones that were just running around, and now that you see that they have turned their ocular sensors to you, there has to be at least 12 of them. And they start skittering up the walls towards you. Roll for initiative.
I'm going to say again, do you recognize my authority now?
Well, we'll see how you do on initiative. So, Cell is over here, in the torpedo bay. Just for the sake of getting everyone involved, was anyone going with Cell investigating the ship?
No.
Nope.
Good. Well, looks like your benefactor is going to die. All right. Let me roll some initiatives. Oh, man, my son got into my dice. Got them all messed up.
He took all the good ones.
No, I had them all organized and made them all messed up. Actually, I'm gonna make them run in. Let's see. I said 12, 3 groups of 4. That sounds good. All right. So we're gonna say a group. Let's add this one.
That gives me advantage.
What would give you advantage? Do
Advantage
you have
on.
advantage on initiative rolls? Yes, you would.
Roll that again.
Yes, please.
11, but I wanted to make sure.
11 twice. That's good.
Very accurate.
Excuse me. All right, so I'm gonna add these guys in here. Let's see, we got 11. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna drop them below you. This group, one group is a 12. This group is a 10. And this guy is a 15. All right, so let's go descending. Aha, the crab groups go first. You know what? Let's get some music in here. Let's see what I have that I can use. Some kind of combat sounds good. Yeah. Yes, now we're happening. All right. So, you see these groups of droids, and you see 8 of these droids. They're just going to act in unison, and they start clambering up the sides of these circular area, this curved facade of this turbine area, and they jump and they land on either side of you. But they do not get to attack. That's their full movement to clamber up and jump on either side of the platform. What do you do? Sell!
I want to target one of the closest ones to me.
Okay.
I right here and slash at it.
Alright, that's a hit. And ooh, 13 points of damage. Jeez! Well, actually, 8 because you were not getting sneak attack on these guys. They acted first. So you kill one of the 4 droids in that pack. And then the third group which this doesn't work out. I need the rest of the group to roll me a perception check. Skathos can't hear anything over the hum of the engines. And Volva is too busy checking out that Twi'lek's Gone Wild channel on the main screen of the bridge.
Amic is meditating.
Amic, you happen to look out from the officers' quarters in the hollow room and just take a look over the bridge, and you see an indicator start popping up on the bridge, signifying that there's some kind of gunfire or alarm going on in the ship.
He's going to spring into action and rush over to the monitor and figure out where the trouble is.
So you go over and you hit the monitor switch, and it brings it up over the Twi'lek's Gone Wild channel in front of Volva, and you see it's like,
and then he flicks Volva.
Whack him in the forehead. Now's not the time. And what you see is an image jumps in front of the main screen, and you see Cell in this tubular chamber fending off 12 or 8 of the, or 7 at this point, 7 of these little crab droids that are kind of pincering and just glaring with little red sensors at her. And then you also see that another sensor is going off. And it seems to be coming from the cargo hold area nearest the engine room.
Alright, well, with my new changes, I'm going to focus on celerity to give myself faster speed so I can keep up with Volva now. And we're going to charge to the torpedo room together.
Alrighty. So, for the sake of this, let's see. I'm just going to give you a direct line. You guys travel at what, 40 feet?
Yep.
Alright. Math in my head, 24. I'm going to say it's going to take you guys four rounds to get...
Oh, hold on.
4 rounds at full sprint to get to the torpedo chamber. Go ahead and put your initiatives in, please. Nice. Good initiative. And Volva?
Hold on, looking for my token.
It's on the bridge.
Screw it. I'll roll.
Alright.
It doesn't matter. Natural 1.
Alright, what's your bonus? Remember, this is initiative. It's important.
Yeah, initiative is +5, so 6 total.
6 total. Good to know. You are going to be right after that guy. That makes sense. Okay. Cell, you see this little crab group start skittering. This is one of the ones that you shot before. This is crab group number 2. They currently have 3 droids. And they skitter up and they jump with the group that you did not shoot yet. And you see them start chirping at each other, and it seems like they are readying to do something. They are spending their turn performing an action that, if you roll me an Arcana check, you might be able to understand what they're doing. You have no idea what the hell they're doing. It looks like they're climbing all over each other, maybe malfunctioning with all the chaos between the little laser bolts going across. Vola and Amic, I assume you're both just running, correct?
Yeah, running and dashing.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm right behind him.
Alright, so I'm going to put you
right
guys
I thought you said.
in the med bay.
Yeah, about 10 feet.
Perfect. Ship combat in here is going to be, like, kind of dumb if you're fighting on one side and you have to run to the other. So I'm going to expedite that a little bit. Cell, you see Group 3 start to clamber and combine with the second group, the last group that jumped on there. And the 7 of these robots have combined into one very large cannon-looking robot. And they're going to attempt to shoot you. Let's see if it hits. That's going to be 19 to hit.
That hits.
With a large blast from their magnificent cannon. You take, let's see. You take 8 points of damage. Fire damage.
We could have done this the easy way, but you're forcing me to make it the hard way.
Well, it hasn't been your turn yet to, you know, talk.
I'm still yelling at him.
Group 1, which is the first group that, or the second group that you were attacking, are not going to do a Voltron maneuver, and they are just going to individually try to pincer you. And they are currently flanking. Ooh, okay. Let's see if I get a crit. Nope, not a crit. That's an 18 on the die, so that's going to be a 23. Not a whole lot of damage from these guys. There's just a lot of them. You take another 5 points of damage. And that is their turn. Cell! What do you do?
Shut
You've
them
currently got a
down.
large cannon robot on one side and 3 little crab droids on the other.
Slash with a cannon robot.
Okay. A 14 misses.
That's okay. Can I bonus attack also? I'm trying to find it now. I can't remember where it would say that.
Bonus attack from what?
Bonus action. Can I do another
You can
attack?
disengage. Is it the rogue thing? You can disengage. You don't. I don't think you have the
If you're
crossbow.
wielding
expert.
2 weapons, you can.
Oh
attack
yeah. Do you have
with
another?
action?
With my dagger. I was like, I thought I used to be able
Yeah.
to attack, so I don't know how. It's been way too long, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Slash at the same cannon guy with my dagger.
Ooh, 23 hits, 7 points of damage. And you see as one of these little crabs, or these little crab droids, roll off and falls off. But the cannon itself is still intact. Would you like to do anything with your movement?
Nope. Nope.
Just gonna stay in there. All right.
Facing
Crab
off
group
them.
number 2 is actually crab group number 3. So let's just get rid of those guys out there. Voa and Amic, you guys get another room. You guys make it to there. You will be there in approximately 1 more round. Crab group number 3. This is the large cannon. Gonna set up and attempt to shoot you again. Let's see. That's gonna be an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Poor Cell. She's gonna die by the thing she loves. Ooh, ouch. That's really good. That's gonna be 20 points of damage.
Doing good.
You still alright?
Got a 68.
Okay. Crab group number 1. You see a couple more of these little crabs try to nip at you. That's an extra point. That's going to be 13 points of damage. And you just see him kind of chittering. Cell, what do you do? You start to see your friends running down the hallway. They have visuals on you. And you are currently between a crab and a cannon. What do you do?
The cannon went to my rapier.
Oh! Well, you don't get sneak attack because nobody's there. So you do 11 points of damage. And you see another crab fall off of this creature.
I want to hit it with my dagger as well.
Okay.
You know, as my friends see me, I have to be a badass.
And you take another crab off. And with the destruction of half of the group, the cannon falls apart, and there are currently 4 individual crabs now there. So you have dismantled the cannon.
Pulling up them. Just stop fighting now, I'll still let you be my pets.
Roll me a persuasion. Okay. When it gets to their turn, I'll let you know how they did. Amik and Volwa, you make it up to sell this round, but it's your full movement to get there. What you currently see is a mass and scattering of little robot crab bodies all over the floor, and Cell full of blaster holes, as well as her tiny little ankles getting slashed from robots.
Can I only use part of my movement, hold up, and start blasting things?
Oh yes, of course you can. You have You have the range. So you hold up 40 feet out, level out your blaster. Are you taking the group of 3 or the group of 4?
I've got the group of 3.
Okay. You aim at that party of little crabs. Oh yeah. And oh. Okay. You take out 2 of the crabs and one is critically wounded and it's limping on its one little leg.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Crab group. Oh, that was crab group number 3. Let's put you back up on top. Crab group number 3, which is the group of 4, is let me roll their influence die. And you rolled, what'd you roll on your persuasion? You see that they look at you, and they kind of, you see them processing the information, and then they shake their heads and continue to attack, as their save was a little bit better. And they go to attack the new target. Volwa is coming in there. So let's give Volwa some love. Volwa does a 19 hit.
Nope.
The 19 does not hit the Volwa Meister. Alright. When did you get 20 AC?
Because his dex is 5 and he's a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his wisdom's shit.
I know, just don't hit me.
Alright, so these little crabs jump out and try to bite you, and they can't. Cell, The first group is going to try to get you. They are no longer currently flanked with the other guys. Natural 2, so they nip out at you and you nimbly dodge. Cell, it is your turn.
Go for the ones that are closest to me, because I think, or the rest of the cannon, I guess. If there's like more of the cannon ones left. Whichever one's closest.
Yes, there's currently 4 of the cannon group left. That is a miss.
And I swipe again.
25 hits, and they're within range of Volva, so you get sneak attack on that dagger. We'll just pull it from your rapier. So you get 20 points of damage. Nice. You obliterate one of these robots as you stab it right through the eye.
I'm not easier, but no, it didn't have to listen.
They're not going to listen to a filthy Jawa. They're independent contractors. Volva! It's your turn.
Alright, so I see we're not gonna save none of these guys, so I will attack the closest one to me.
Okay. That would be the group of 3. Oh, yeah. You take one and you bop it right on the head. As the electricity flows through its body, it explodes in a magnificent fireball. That wasn't an explosion, you stupid game. There you go.
And I get 2 strikes, so I will.
So the 14 does hit, and you smash into another one. And if you want, you can take a bonus action to do a melee unarmed attack.
Without using key, right?
Yeah, you get one free one. Oh, that one is also critically wounded. So you see 2 of these little crab droids that are just sparking as you take your little dug, hand, foot, whatever, and stomp on it, and it kind of breaks its legs, and it starts sparking and whirring underneath your foot, hand, appendage. Amic, it is your turn.
How many droids are left?
2 currently.
Not long. Well, which one's more hurt?
You would, by your assessments, think that they're both at the same level of
that one dies
destroyedness.
first.
That one does die. And so does the second one. So with 2 quick shots, pew, pew, destroys 2 of these little robots.
Cell, what did you do?
Oh, jeez. Explosion.
I told them that I was their boss, and I didn't appreciate it, so I had to kill them.
Wait, did we just destroy the ship dock property?
No, they were already on here. They were different.
Kinda hope not.
They were scavenger droids from the planet we took them off of, and they, they find the pieces, and then they report back to the bigger guy, and then the bigger guy comes and steals the pieces from the ship. And I told them I wanted them to be my eyes on the ship. No, we don't acknowledge you. And I'm like, well, do you acknowledge me now? And I shot them, and they didn't like that too much.
Okay, so I'm fine with this then.
It was in self-defense after I shot first.
Clean this up.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask how many credits worth of droid parts would you say we just?
Oh,
Are these like ancient droids?
yeah.
These
These look very cobbled together, rusted parts. Essentially, they look like pit droids from Episode 1. That little helmet thing with legs, like no arms. They just look like little crabs inside of like a old like Japanese style helmet. So no, you're not going to find any parts in these guys to build a halfway decent droid out of.
I'm asking is if I scoop them all up and bring them to Skathos, will he be able to use them when Simon breaks?
No, you guys did way too much damage to them. Beyond repair.
I just want to scoop it up and I don't want this mess on my ship.
So she gets an overlarge dustpan, picks it up, and continues to walk back towards their cargo hold.
Are there eyeballs that are still intact, though?
No, none of their
They
eyeballs
can
are...
always watch and see the mistake they made.
No, they are thoroughly put to death.
Oh, man. Okay. Optimus. You guys came super fast, though. I'm surprised you heard me. I wasn't very loud.
I am perceptive. No, the ship has sensors, dummy.
Been running? That's good.
Yes, I suppose so. Check that one off the list.
Never ending this.
So I was
Okay.
thinking, if the ship has any droids left over, we could just reprogram them to work for us.
So
Oh,
there's
wait.
four.
I will leave that up to Cell.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
He'll be back in 5 minutes. When I'm shooting into the one.
Amick, you did notice that there was a call or a disturbance in the cargo hold near the engine room before you left the bridge.
That's right, there's 2 alarms.
So I'll go check out that other one.
Yep.
I'll follow him.
As is Cell following as well?
No, she's cleaning up.
No.
Oh, one down. Okay, I clean it. Okay, fine. You're call me if you
Oh, I
need.
thought you said you were leaving. You said give me 5 minutes.
You said you can go and reprogram all the droids. I said give me 5 minutes and you'll be coming back because I'll be shooting them again.
Oh, got it.
I only caught the last part of that.
Then Cell, yeah, come on.
Yeah. Okay, so the three of you head to the cargo hold, and you crack open the door. Oh, I get to use this one.
Dig
And
it deep.
it's a large echoing chamber where you see a handful of boxes, and even with Cell's dark vision, you can't see to the far end of the bay. It seems like maybe the lights haven't been maintained in this area yet. Everything's dark. Skathos, I need you, since you're I let you out of that combat, I need you to roll me a perception check, please.
You got it. 19.
19. You hear that ominous creak of the door as it echoes through the ship, as well as a stirring from a hatch that leads to the cargo hold near the engine room.
Alright, if we're going to be taking inventory of everything, I don't want to be missing out. And I'll start making my way towards the cargo hold. Assuming I finished with Simon.
Yeah, you would have
10
had time.
minutes or so, yeah.
You could have done it in the flight over here, which
Alright.
is, I assumed was what you did.
Just making sure I got it.
Mm-hmm. So the party of three steps down into the dark cargo hold, and Skathos walks up to the hatch on the far end of this cargo hold. Skathos, do you check for anything?
Not going to check for anything, but probably just going to very rapidly throw the hatch open and shout out, "All right, Sal, you're not going to be digging through our belongings before we take inventory of everything this time."
And you hear that noise as you open up the door, and you hear this large ratcheting and diabolical sounding contraption of machinery, as when you open this door, it pulled a trigger which has activated a very large droid that it seems like the little droids might have been pulling parts together. But it doesn't currently see you. You have just turned it on.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Wow, how Cell has got a buddy.
The three of you do not currently see anything, but you definitely heard that whirring, clicking, and slamming coming from the far side of the cargo hold.
What was that?
Sounded, like it came from over there, but probably just Gatos doing something with the engines again.
No.
We sure.
Gatos, no. What'd you do, Cell? What'd you do?
Damn it, Cell!
It's okay, let's go. Come. Can I be the first one and try and be stealthy about it?
You
See
certainly
if I
can.
get a look.
So as you walk through that open door into the darkness, and you see that there is a catwalk that is lining the entire cargo hold. Essentially, from where you guys are standing on the map to where the radar dish is, all the way to Skathos and then back down, it's like a giant C-shaped catwalk that runs across the entirety of this cargo hold. And below it, which this cargo hold is approximately 50 feet tall, and down in the cargo hold, you see this large contraption. You see the grinding of the gears, and they start to spark, and that is providing a little bit of illumination and shadow to this creature. But if you want to proceed quietly, roll me a stealth check. Okay. So you enter in quietly. Voa. You don't catch your footing just right, and you kind of drag your foot across the grating, and it makes that strumming noise. Like a kind of noise as your toenail drags across the floor. And you stop. You don't notice anything picking up on it. Cell, on the other hand, you nimbly jump over the obvious threshold that was in front of the door and start taking off a little bit ahead of Volwa towards the back end of the cargo bay. Amic, are you doing anything?
Yeah, he's not so stealthily following behind them.
Just
Yeah. He banged his head.
yeah, with
No,
his
he's wearing
Mandalorian
a full suit
armor,
of like he's just
metal
not that
boots
quiet.
on a metal grate makes a lot of noise. So he's clank, 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 just walking down the catwalk, a little bit of a distance behind Cell. And it's besides the occasional whirring noise that you hear from the large machine, which seems to be echoing throughout the chamber, you hear what seems a little bit familiar is the clattering of what sounds like talons or legs on the floor, starting to scatter across. And Cell, with your 60 foot of dark vision, you look down, you can't discern colors, but it seems like the darkness of the floor is moving.
For the ship. Try and get closer for a better look. Very quietly.
To get closer, you would have to find an access ladder down to get onto the floor. Currently, you're about 45, 50 feet above the floor of the...
I
bottom
keep
of the
going
cargo
towards the engine room to see if I can find Scathos.
Yeah. So, as you were starting to walk down, you see Scathos has opened up the door and kind of peeked his head in, and you see light projecting from behind him all the way down on the end.
Oh, okay. Start making my way towards Scathos, and along the way, I'll be looking for a ladder down.
Okay. You see them periodically show up, like every 20 or so feet, there's another access point to get down. You also see that there's like a large lift in case they need to get something up into the upper level. Mainly into the generator or munitions room, there seems to be a large, like 15-foot door that has a ramp that can go up and down. Or a lift that can go up and down in front of it. What do you do?
So I'm just going to keep making my way to Scathos and see, I mean, from up here, if I'm walking closer to it, if I get a better view of what it is.
The large creature?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your movement, and if you use your bonus action to move as well, you can get within range of actually seeing what this creature looks like.
And I want to do it as stealthily as possible.
Okay. Well, tell me how you want to use your actions.
So I want to kind of going as slowly and quietly along the catwalk that I can to like get a better view of it, using my action and my bonus action for movement, or my movement.
One action to hide and your bonus to move.
You know what I mean. I just can't say
Okay,
it.
then roll me a stealth check, please. Beautiful.
26.
So as you get within range, and you're moving so quiet. Does Cell even wear shoes? Oh, you are wearing shoes. You've got the boots of haste. So
yeah, I forgot about this. You have the
soft padded boots seem like they're built for speed, not for durability, but considering they're magical, they last. So your soft feet just walk nimbly like a cat across the catwalk, and you see this hulking creature start to try to unfurl itself, but it seems like it's not quite complete. And it's got like these hulking shoulders that look like a battleship's cannons. It's got 2 sets of double barrel cannons on each shoulder, and it's got like saw blades as like neck guards. It's got a twisted iron face that kind of looks like a skull, and the inside is, like I said, it's not complete, but you can see the large gears whirring and flipping around, and you see cogs turning, and you see spindles spinning, and you see it trying to get up onto its legs. And these large, like, it's got 4 large and heavy structured legs. And it's like a baby horse trying to get their feet. It's like trying to push up and get stability under its massively large frame.
Do I see an area on it that I would possibly know there to be wires? Could I make out where his head is so I know, like, oh, that's his neck area, and there's always wires on the neck?
Yes, you could.
Spot visible.
Yes, that would require an investigation check, which you've already used your turn. Okay. Since we're getting closer to combat, and I'm assuming the rest of the group is going to catch up, let's roll some initiative for this new combat, please.
Discord. Oh, he's back. He's gone for a second there.
Beautiful.
21.
Good.
Okay. So, you're right. You go first. Advantage.
You what's your special thing do if someone else is within?
Then
I think we
none of
can't
us
be
can be
surprised.
surprised.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
you're not
that.
surprised. Well, that's actually helpful. If anyone was in 30 feet of you. Vola, Ted, are you back? You're back.
I am sorry about that. I'm
Roll
here.
me some initiative, please.
So, in the amount of time it was taking Cell to cross over this catwalk and seeing Scathos poke his head up, would
Yes.
Scathos have had time to effectively an action of his own during that time?
Yeah, I kind of skipped over.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
like, as
you got
she's
enough
making
time
her
to do
way
like two
closer,
things.
She would probably see Scathos poke his head through. Like, damn it, Cell. As he's like not looking towards her because she's very stealthily approaching, but
Yeah.
locking eyes with this creature as it's starting to move and whir and come to life. And then another one of Scathos' heads pops through the same opening and says, "Damn it, Cell." And another head pokes through, and another one, and the four of them all just say, "Damn it, Cell."
What did you
As
cast?
he's
Yes,
casting
me-
mirror image.
yes, a quartet of damn it cells.
And
Beautiful.
then going to start with a mage armor on myself.
All right, that is perfect.
That's me.
All right, so Cell, you see this crazy array of Scathos heads pop out of this doorway, and then right after that, you see the one Scathos kind of reach down for something, and a shimmering bubble goes over the four heads as he's cloaked himself in a magical armor. Cell, what do you do? You see this creature starting to whir and get up. And you think with an investigation check you might be able to find a weakness and or what is the deal with this creature? But you're muted.
Sorry, David was bringing me food.
Ooh.
So now I want to use my turn to do the investigation check to see if I can see the wires poking out of this unfinished creature.
Yep. 18. So you see that it's mostly, it seems like it's mostly gear-based is its mode of operation, but you do notice that there are, essentially where the spine is a large bundle of wires that run from the head into the torso and then down to the legs. You see that through the chest cavity. You also notice that with your keen eye looking over for the weak spots that you see the shoulders begin to ramp up. It seems like,
Can I
there's
tell what
something
direction
whirring
it's
inside
looking?
there. It is currently looking straight down the far end, so it's not looking up at you guys yet. It's basically looking 1,000-yard stare to the far end of the cargo hold. So
You
on the
trying to
map
get
view, it's looking towards the front of the ship.
Continue to try and get to Scathos and see if I can figure out what he did. He said "damn it, so," but you know.
He said it 4 times.
So I'm gonna use.
We have the majority vote.
They all say it.
And then a bonus action to hide again.
Okay. Stealth check. Ooh.
Not so good this time.
No. So you see, you try to duck into a corner, but you're now right in front of the lift, which has a proximity sensor that turns on the lights if someone is there. And so you kind of got a little of illumination at your back. And with that, you see the large iron skull face that looks twisted and tormented look up at you.
Going to wave at it. Clearly knowing I've been seen.
Vola, it is your turn. You see this large creature begin to move. Do Dougs have dark vision?
Based off what I put him as, was like a goblin, so I would say yes.
Okay. Then, yes, you have dark vision. So you see that there are more of these little crab robots that are beginning to run towards the large robot in an attempt to fix it. And you see the large giant robot turn its head towards Cell.
Is the, from my vision, is the head fixed like a cylinder, or is it pistons and whatnot, you know, clearly visible, like it's, you know, you can see the spine and wires and pistons that move
you can see the spine through like the neck. The neck isn't guarded, but the face and essentially the skull and then everything around the back of the neck is guarded by these saw blade like shields.
Well, then I will attempt to do a couple of acrobatic moves to jump on its back, around its neck.
You are still currently like at least 80 feet away from it.
Oh, 80? Oh, damn.
At least.
I thought it was...
Yeah.
I'll use...
This is a huge... You gotta remember, this is a huge hangar or cargo hold. It is... let me just give you the rough estimate. It's like 300 feet long. So you're running down a football field trying to catch to this robot.
Okay.
Now
then
you can get there quick. But...
Yeah, I'll use full movement to run, but I'm gonna run the opposite direction as Cell, and I'll either gain his gaze or attention.
So you're gonna run back to where you came in, and try to cause a ruckus.
No,
because you're on a catwalk right now. So you guys are all running along a catwalk that's on the, just call it the north side of this rectangle. You're all on a catwalk right there. And you came in from the left, and Cell is currently moving right.
Okay, I was thinking we were on a flat surface, not...
No, you guys are like 50 feet up from the bottom, which you see is crawling with these crab droids.
Then I'll run past Cell.
Okay.
I'll 50 on my normal, and then as my action, another 50.
Oh. Wait. Oh, that's right. They updated their hotkeys. Son of a bitch. Alright, so that's going to be times 3. So you can move 100 feet?
Yeah.
Approximately there. This meters thing it's going to bug me. I might just have to do away with this shit. Or just never have combat on this ship again. Because it's getting old real quick. Alright, so yeah, you just dash. And you do see that you're causing more of a ruckus than Cell's illuminated form. And it is, you are drawing its attention to you.
Alright.
Hey, Mac! Mandalorian! What do you do?
Alright, is there... So, there's the clear big target, right?
Yes.
And it's clear that everyone is trying to like run away or hurt this thing?
Yeah. So currently, your party seems to be trying to get on or attack this creature. They are getting within range of it, which it is currently around here.
All right, everyone down.
And you see that there are crabs, the same droids that you were just shooting. These little crab droids are running to it, trying to assimilate and make this thing stronger.
Oh, well then he's just gonna light it up.
Beautiful.
That's my dog.
The first two hit for 18 points of damage. Ouch. Beautiful. And you see it take a big ding, little like a big divot out of one of its forearm armor pieces.
And yeah, and then I'll keep moving my 30 feet, and then do I want to action surge? Nah, I'll save it. That's the end of my turn.
And you can, okay, so I'm just going to give you a little extra movement because I can't do half squares in here. You see the giant robot turn and aim towards Volva. Its sensors might not be the greatest at the moment. It's hoping for some help. So it's going to be shooting at you with disadvantage. It knows where you are. It might not be able to target you very well. Ooh, that's really well, though. 22?
Yeah, that one gets me.
That's okay, you're a monk.
You can try to deflect it. Or capture it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
your chain.
like missiles, man. Like I always
I'm all
thought that
good.
when Ryan tried to shoot me. That's why he stopped
Yeah.
shooting me.
He did. He's like, he's
Really
just
pissed
catching
me
all my
off.
shit.
Alright, so deflect is 120, right?
No, it's
D10,
what it's
I
like.
think.
I think it's a D10 plus your monk level plus your
level, I think. Yeah.
dex or something. That one always gets me.
Oh, yeah. It's natural 9s plus my modifier.
Yeah, D10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level. And if you take the damage all the way down to 0, you can spend a key point and send it back at the thing.
So
or send it
21.
at anything.
So 21 is
Correct.
your current damage reduction.
Yeah, 21, and I will spend a key point to send it right back.
Okay. Let's see. We're looking at 20 points of damage, so you reduce it completely. As this large blast shoots out at you.
Yeah, you can spend a key point and throw it.
Yeah, I'll spend a key point to throw it right back.
Okay, throw it back.
Alright, here we go. Unarmed,
Attempt to.
I guess.
It's going to be same as a ranged attack for you.
Yeah, you make this attack with proficiency regardless of your weapon proficiencies.
So go ahead and just roll your
And it
electro
counts
staff
as a
for me.
monk weapon.
Yeah, just roll your electro staff. That'll have the same stats for it. Oh, unarmed strike, 19. 19 hits.
Sweet.
Blue damage as you fling this bolt of energy back. Right back at him in a burst of fiery heat, and it takes 7 points of damage. Okay. And since it got off kilter, it's going to take its second attack and attempt to shoot at its previous target's cell at disadvantage. Oh, that's not gonna hit. That's an 11. So you see it shoot wide and put a big crater in the edge of the cargo hold.
Stop shooting my ship!
Yeah, you might want to be careful because the room right behind cell is the munitions chamber. If it breaks through that door, kaboom. Skathos. I need you to roll me before you do anything. Roll me a perception check, please.
You got it. Perception. 6.
It's
Probably
firing
very
on your
much
ship.
distracted by this big thing. All right, you've overstayed your welcome, then, and the 4 of us are gonna just enter the room onto this little walkway.
Okay.
And pull out the slightly damaged crate horn and just kind of start floating it down and just kind of dropping it on top of this creature as the air and wind space within this cargo hold starts to noticeably stir up. Can I get a strength save from your big robot?
What is this 4th level spell?
It's a storm sphere.
Storm
Building
sphere.
up within our cargo hold.
Unfortunately, it's a natural 16 on the die. I'm not going to tell you the bonus.
Alright. So that is going to succeed on the strength save. So it's not going to take damage from that, but I'm going to pull out the twinned crate horn that I got as a gift from Sel just last session and focus upon that, and as a bonus action, spend a bolt of lightning shooting forth from my storm sphere, targeting the big robot.
How did
that
you
is
get
going to
this?
be a natural 20 to hit. This is a 4th level spell. I'm just all flavor for all this.
No, but when did you get 4th level spells?
Just this last level up.
Oh, shit. 27 points of electrical damage?
It's a 27 to hit.
Oh, sorry,
that's
27
a natural
to hit.
20. It's going to be 28 points of lightning
28 points of lightning. Holy shit. And you see this.
A lot of ones rolled on those damages.
What color is your lightning?
Probably the same color as the crate dragons, I would imagine.
So, like icy blue.
Icy blue, absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to use this spell. As you shoot a bolt of icy blue electricity, and it scores across the body, leaving a deep gash from his right arm over his cannon and up its neck, exposing molten metal. And you start to see the interior of the spine as you separated that saw blade guard around its neck, dealing a significant amount of damage.
And so effectively a 20-foot radius around this creature, like where I summon the sphere, that's difficult terrain, and creatures within 30 feet of that sphere have disadvantage on perception checks to listen. So if that comes into play.
Yeah, so basically if anyone gets in melee, it's going to cause a problem.
Yeah. And so anyone that ends their turn in that sphere makes another strength save or takes the bludgeoning damage from the storm.
What do I do?
I don't know. Do you have a ranged weapon? Okay.
No.
Ryan, give me a square in which you're putting it somewhere in that purple. This thing is a huge creature.
Like right there, yeah.
Okay, so front square. So Volva, as long as you don't come to this square here, you will be fine.
Because I assume the perception check was to even see if I hear anyone from my party coming, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
That they're on
So
their way as
right
well.
here is a giant storm sphere on that front square of this this lovely thing.
Is
Yeah.
is that storm spear 10 feet?
20.
20.
20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
I can't even use things.
So yeah, so it's essentially engulfing like the whole creature. 20
And
foot
then, like,
radius is
The
engulfing the whole creature.
50-foot radius for being very loud and you can't hear.
Yeah. Which, considering in the echoing chamber you're in, is going to be even more difficult to hear.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Skathos hit with a spell with an attack roll.
Finally. I'm happy. Scathos retires.
So, did you get
deserve
rid
it
of
after so
Chromatic
many
Orb? Because that one wasn't working, so you had to go to the 4th level one to hit?
I just didn't prepare that one for the day, yep. I got this one instead.
Alright, before Cell on initiative count 20, I'm going to add in a little guy here. Let's see here. Let's see, this is going to be crabs. You don't want the crabs. Crabs on initiative count 20. 0.1, because they're going to go ahead of Cell. You see them starting to skitter and climb onto this creature and start to repair its wounds as you see the sparks of welders going through. And it's going to heal up a small amount. You see it heal up just a little bit. Cell, your turn.
Okay. So we are in a cargo hold.
Yes.
The door is to the cargo hold.
The door to the cargo hold would be, let's use red. The door to the cargo hold is going to be from here to here. In between those two red marks.
I am just going to shoot at the large robot. Actually, I want to try and shoot at some of the crabs that are trying to heal it.
Oh, that's a good choice. Good choice. Roll an attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You shoot down and you hit two of them with the ricochet off the bottom of this cargo hold. And they just skitter across. Beautiful. And for this, I'm going to say that there are 10 left. You see 10 of these little skittering robots.
Do I get sneak attack on...
You know what? Let me roll a perception for them real quick. They noticed you, so no.
And then I want to try and creep along. Probably, but the rest of my movement, I want to make my way towards the target still. On this action to hide again.
Okay, so you move on to the other side of Volwa. And bonus action to hide, 15 stealth, good, 2, no. Volwa, your turn. You see that you just passed over a large lift that you can take down to the lower deck. And there's also a personnel ladder within about 5-10 feet of you that you have access to.
I'll take a chip of mica and slam my hands together and push it toward.
Okay, what does this do? Gong. Ooh. All right. Gong of the Summit. Beautiful. All right. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Which point are you putting it? Near the ground, near its head. Well, it is a big boy. What do you?
I'd say clustered where all the little droids are trying to repair him.
Okay, so close to its feet.
Close
to its feet. All right. Constitution saving throw. What is your DC, my friend?
And creatures made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal have disadvantage on the save.
Damn it, Ryan. Well, there goes their natural 20 and 17.
13.
Alright. So we dropped, we dropped the little guys down to a 4, so they fail. And the big guy succeeds. So the little guys, and since it's an AoE burst, let's see how many of these guys get destroyed. 5. You kill half the pack with that explosive sonic energy. And Volwa, that's something quite new. You actually killed something with your gong. It's great.
Yeah, right.
And is there a half damage thing? Or is it half as much damage? So the big creature takes 5.
Yeah, half as much.
Beautiful. And are you doing any movement, Volwa?
No, just trying to get aggro.
Oh, well, it's working. Just wait till its turn. Amic. You currently have
there's
sight
just a
on...
bunch of little ones now?
There's about 5 of those little crab droids and this large hulk of a robot.
That they're healing.
And the little robots are healing the big robot.
Alright, then Amic's going to take care of all the little robots.
Alright. Do you have anything special?
Yeah, I got
Blaster.
one blaster.
To the face.
And, oh, that's not going to hit.
That's Abyss. That's a natural 1, my friend. You take out
And
2.
that one,
You take out 2 of those little robots.
and then he's going to action surge.
Oh, ooh, dirty. Ooh, dirty.
Oh, that's going to probably miss.
12 hits.
Eh.
12 is their AC, so as long as you don't roll
Another
a 1.
natural one? What the fuck?
You know what? Oh, this is with the Colto Disruptor Pistol. Roll me a D100, please.
Amic's the Skathos making it hard to see.
Roll me a D100. This is the experimental Colto Disruptor Pistol, and you just rolled 2 natural 1s. I want to see if anything happens. Okay. It's fine. As you go and you go to check to see what's wrong, you notice that the globule or the crystal container on the back is starting to heat up, and there are 3 of these little droids remaining. That could have been disastrous for Amic. Yeah, that's great. Giant robot. You see these little robots are climbing up on him, giving him the what for and the what now, and he's gonna shoot at Cell. Actually, he's Skathos. That large laser blast or lightning blast that went over his neck, he's gonna attempt to hit you with this large double barrel cannon on its shoulder. Let's get it in the tray. Ooh. Ooh. 13?
Well, a 13 will potentially hit one of my duplicates.
Okay.
Roll of a 6 or higher.
6 higher, okay. So it hits a duplicate.
It just decimates one of my mirror images. Just gone. Obliterates them right out of the room.
Does it go through your mirror images before your mage armor?
Yeah, because effectively their AC is different from mine. Their AC is just like my natural AC.
Oh, okay.
My AC is affected by this mage armor.
That's
They're my cannon fodder.
well, since it missed you and it got blurry vision, so it think that it just missed you, it's gonna try to shoot you again. Ooh, ooh, ouch. 24 to hit.
Oh, so that's going to be a roll of 8 or higher.
Oh, that's gonna hit me. That's gonna be painful.
That's gonna be painful. Ooh, no es bueno por caca.
Oh, shield's not gonna
Oh,
hit
not
that.
that. I rolled pretty shitty on the die. Fuck you, D8s. So that's 16 points of damage.
Oh, 16. That's. I think I'm going to have my little abjuration ward thing take that damage for me. My character sheet is frozen right now, but as soon as it is ready, I will click that button for it. Got 16 damage?
Yes.
Alright.
That was a big explosion.
Alright, so it's got 2 hit points left.
Oh, so you negated damage again. Oh. All right.
A wicked smile back at this thing. And that was a
Escape
direct
this.
hit.
Yeah, you took a direct hit and the
Breaking my
flame
shield. Yep.
burst past your body. Got to be careful. There's components over there. You might want to shut that door so a stray bullet doesn't make its way through into the engine room.
Alright.
And Skathos, it's your turn. standing in the
Alright, gonna
doorway with
focus-
3 other selves.
So knowing it'll probably take too long to make my way all the way down the ladder to the ground floor, I'm just going to start circling around on the catwalk to kind of bring his targeting sensors away from that open door.
Okay.
And as I'm doing so, focusing upon that storm sphere is a bonus action. As a bonus action, letting loose another bolt of lightning targeting this big guy.
The
If he's
12
in the
misses.
sphere, it's going to be made an advantage. He's still in the sphere.
Oh.
So that 17
Still misses.
still misses. Okay, so bolt of lightning flies out, missing him. Like, all right. Stand by. Orders for a missile barrage, and send a couple of scorching rays down at him.
You got 2 hits for 11 points of damage.
2 hits, 11 fire damage. All right.
All right.
That
So
will be my turn.
point of order. If you want to take a fast trip down a personnel ladder, you can do a heroic ladder slide. And so it doesn't cost you any additional movement, but you have to succeed in an acrobatics check or fall off.
I'll avoid it just so I'm able to stay at range even from those little guys, too.
Yep.
But at the end of their turn, they get to make a strength save, those who are in the sphere.
So I forgot to do it for the big guy on his last turn. 19 on the die, so he's
He
good.
is going to succeed.
I'm rolling really well on my saves. Shit everywhere else. Crabs. The crabs are going to attempt to heal the big guy again. Ooh, a big heal on that one. You start to see them climb up its legs and begin to fix the broken components in its legs, and you see it begin to stand up at its full height of 25 feet tall in the middle of this cargo hold. So its head is almost to where your catwalk is as it heals its damage. This creature is now mobile. And I need a strength save for the 3 little robots. Ooh. That's a 12. Actually, that's a 10, a 0, and a natural 20.
Hooray! So those below a 15 take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So you see 2 are critically wounded.
Alright.
You haven't seen this before, but the other 3 know that it's starting to spark and sputter, and it's on its last leg, as it were.
Their final form.
Okay. I want to keep walking towards it.
Okay.
Towards it, I'm going to channel my inner Amic and shoot at it.
A 16 misses. What are you shooting at, I should say?
Or the
Last
the
time you
little-
showed out the
trying to kill
little
off-
guy.
Yeah, I was trying to kill out the little robot guys.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot and critically wound the 3rd one. There are 3 sparking droids.
Then, so I'm going to closer, and then I'm going to hide for my bonus action.
All right. Oh, that's a good one. You duck into the shadows away from the cargo light that was in front of the cargo
I needed
lift. Well, you were currently by a man ladder, personnel ladder that you can go down with a successful acrobatics check if you so choose to try to. If you went down the ladder, you would have enough movement to get to the creature. If you so choose.
But it's moved out of the area of effect, right?
No, it has just merely stood up, but you know that it has full functions of its legs, and it will begin to move. You assume, shortly.
Alright, well then I will try.
Alright. So you take this mind-altering effect, and you stretch out with the force to grasp on to the, I hate to use this reference, but the metachlorians within the body, and seize them. And this creature has no metachlorians. It has no force. Your grip fails and does not hold over his body.
Damn it, I was afraid of that. Alright.
You would think you might need a stronger force power that is capable of withholding monsters.
I was thinking more toward, Luke lifting the,
You can hold Cell.
X-Wing.
Actually, not a person.
That would be the spell Levitation.
Right, but, the ability
I'm joking.
to,
It's a
yeah.
beast, it's a monster, so hold person would not work on it anyway.
Alright,
I love the flavor, though.
cool. So, it fails, but I will hold position and
Just stay where you're
I
at.
will spend a, key point for... How close am I to it?
Within, I don't know. Let's just. You're within 80 feet.
Alright,
So you
I'll
guys see the
waste it.
meters. It's now going to be like just double it, and that's how many feet. That's easier when you
Alright,
measure.
now I'll hold position.
Okay. So just so you know, if you're gonna have to cast any more spells, you're gonna want to get closer towards the pink circle.
I'm
If
tapped
they have
out.
a 60-foot range.
Literally, everything ranged is gone.
Okay, good to know. I will kill you with range then, Volva. Amic, your turn.
Can I still see the creature?
Yes. Do you have dark? You're a human, right? So you don't have dark vision.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision. Oh, is it dark down
You
here?
can see the top of the creature from the light through Skathos's. It's kind of like faint light. You can see it through Skathos's door, as well as like the cargo hold lights that are on the ramp or the lift where you're at. So you can kind of see the outline of the creature.
I mean, that's why I was rolling ones.
Yeah, not because you're a sharpshooter or anything.
Yeah.
Shooter!
Are there any more small droids?
There are 3 critically wounded small droids. Cell has a pipe bomb. She could throw it at it. Just get rid of the damn thing. Actually, didn't you
far
take
away
that?
am I from
Or did you give it back to her?
No, I took it away.
Throw a
60
pipe bomb.
feet away from this nonsense.
Approximately, yeah. It's all free flowing. You're
How
moving and
beat up are
driving.
you guys looking?
Not at all.
Cell, I think Cell was pretty wounded from the little crab droids. And I think
I'm untouched.
Vol was untouched, and I think Cell was the only one that got hit with the cannon for a small amount. Cell is probably the rough-looking one.
And she's the closest to the robot.
And she is getting closer and closer to the robot, yes.
Amy's just going to light up the robot.
Alright. Light away. That's a hit. The 14 is a miss. The 18 is a miss. 10 points of damage.
Damn, that thing has a high AC.
It does. It's all steel, buddy. Alright. And that concludes your turn?
Well, I'll move. Yes.
Okay. Giant robot. Now that it has movement, I don't have a token for it. Let me just throw down an arbitrary token. I think I have something in here. You. Yeah, that'll work. We'll put him in there. So this giant creature is going to start moving towards the catwalk area with its giant legs, and it's going to attempt to pull the catwalk off the side of the ship with a jump. You see the 4 mechanical legs spring down in an attempt to jump up. And I'm going to give it disadvantage on this attempt to grapple the... Ooh, that's a fail. So it jumps up, and it just barely misses with that, and it staggers itself. That's kind of dangerous, and you see that it thinks it can't actually make the jump, and so it begins to turn and head towards the cargo bay door as it moves another 5 feet, or another square closer to the cargo bay door. And that's its turn. It's no longer in the sphere. Ryan, is there anything special for moving through it?
It's difficult terrain through the sphere.
Okay. He wasn't moving a whole lot anyway.
Yeah. He doesn't have to make the save anyway.
That's why he couldn't make the high jump. He didn't have as much feet to move. So
that was definitely why.
That was the whole plan. Skathos, you see this creature make a large jump and lurch the ship and begin to start moving towards the cargo bay door, leaving behind its little robot friends.
Shit. Alright, gonna make my way back around and just do the heroic slide down the ladder.
Oh, heroic slide. Roll me a acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics, here we go. A 14?
Okay. Succeed.
Alright.
It's easier for you because you can kind of wrap your tail around as you slide. So you get down.
He's the sliding down ladders. You really
We'll
can't
say-
climb them.
Let's say 5 feet of movement.
Slide down together.
5 feet of movement to get to the ladder itself. No movement to get down. So you're now got 25 feet of movement.
And kind of from this angle, would I be able to line up any of those crab droids in a straight shot with this giant robot? Or could I
would
move
say you
myself
could-
in a way to line
You
up?
could move yourself in a way that you could line them up. You would want to be closer to the bottom area. So with your movement, you can get to the bottom of the cargo hold map
Alright,
side
I will,
and line them up.
And in doing so, kind of continuing to focus upon this necklace, the crystal crate talisman that I received. Let loose a surge of lightning through the small droids up to the big one with a lightning bolt.
Oh.
Dex save from him. Or 32.
And the little
lightning.
guys. Right, let's do the 3
And the
little
little
guys.
guys.
Oh, they all, well, 32. They all die anyway, even if they made their save. Alright, big guy. DC 15, come on. Shit. Fail. Alright, so he takes a full 32 points of damage. Jeez. And how long can you last? That thing last?
This lightning
Oh,
bolt
oh,
is
this
just
is
a
the talisman.
one-off from the talisman.
That's,
But
oh,
for my bonus action, if this guy's within 60 feet of the center of my sphere, I'd like to send a bolt of lightning towards him from that.
how far does he have to be?
60 feet. So he might be out of range of that.
Roll me a here, I'll roll it. I'm gonna roll a d4, 1 and 2, he's too far. 2. So he's just outside the range. Let's see. So, since this is the first time you use this item, a couple things are gonna happen. On a failed save, the target is also encased in a crystal tomb lasting 1d4 rounds. I need you to roll me a d4, please.
Yeah.
One round. So you see that its joints and this orange, like molten metal energy that is processing through its body and the gears as they're heating up turns quickly into crystal blue, and all of its joints seize up, and it is currently paralyzed. And also a quirk for the next let's see, for the next 3 hours you are speaking Draconic.
Alright, so making use of this Draconic language, I'm going to command Simon off of my back to effectively start closing the distance to this giant guy while we got him help.
So let's paint a little picture here. From the top rung, or from the top of the catwalk, the 3 other party members see this swirling ball of a storm that's crackling electricity, and it seems like there's a winter storm inside, and the snow is swirling, and Skathos juts out his hand, and a bolt of electricity shoots out from the talisman he's holding, striking through all the creatures, and encasing this golem of iron in this crystalline structure as he begins to start spewing this draconic language, this foreign language, and his eyes turn white as the spell casting ends, and all anyone sees is the reflection of that storm across his white-eyed face. Whoa. That's good stuff. Alright, the crabs are going to try to run over and get through this crystalline structure. No, they don't get through. Half movement. Oh, wait, they're dead. You killed them all. Never mind. Crabs are dead. Fucking crabs. Alright, Cell. Are you back yet?
Nothing kills all the crabs.
Nothing kills all the crabs. As long as you know, there's more!
Except penicillin.
Alright, Cell, you currently see a paralyzed creature.
I'm going to take this opportunity to get to the nearest ladder and slide down it.
Okay. We're going to say use 10 feet of your movement to get to the ladder. Give me an acrobatics check for the slide, please.
22.
Oh, nailed it. So you gracefully slide down this ladder as your backpack is clanking, since it's over your head on the top rungs as you're going down.
Then I want to get to the crystallized creature.
You have enough movement to do so.
Since it's crystallized, I would like to try and crawl on top of it to where where I noticed the wires, where you said the spine area.
Yeah, so that's going to be like around the base of the skull.
Try and climb on top of it to get there.
You're going to have to use your bonus action for movement and a successful climb check. Athletics. Bleh. Successful athletics check to climb this creature.
Okay. A 21?
Yeah, okay. So you climb the creature. I can't get nothing past you.
Seeing it's crystallized, I can't do much right now with it.
Well, you get the sense that essentially its joints are seized up. Considering how large the creature is, it's more that it's like the core mechanism, so like the chest was frozen, which in turn locks everything else up.
I want to try and rewire it so it's not trying to attack us. Instead, you know, like I want to like wires, like, no, we're friends. Right. Work for me now.
Roll me an Arcana for this.
Oh. That's good for me.
You start pulling wires. You're gonna hotwire this robot. You start pulling wires, and you start switching them, and you think that you're on the right track, and it might take you a little bit longer to do this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's,
Okay.
these
Yeah.
things take time.
And go ahead and
then
give
what do you
yourself
say?
inspiration for that. That was beautiful.
Oh,
I love that Cell is going onto the beast and climbing up to his head and start pulling wires. Very Laura Croft. I like it. Vola, you're going to let this little Jawa do all your handiwork?
No, but Boa sees what Cell is doing and he likes it. I'll assist. And so he'll make a running jump.
You're going to jump for the creature.
Yes, I'm going to jump off the catwalk onto the creature.
All right. Give me an acrobatics. Let's see how far you fall. You missed.
Damn it.
With your current movement and how far this creature is, considering that it's also 25 feet down from where you're at, you jump and you just fall short, taking quite a bit of damage as you fall.
Oh, wait. remember
Slow
his
fall,
next,
son of a bitch. Damn monks! I can't do nothing. It's like
Welcome to
7.
Ryan's world.
Right?
I'm gonna find a way.
Elemental deities.
I'm gonna find a way.
Destroy everyone.
Reduce any fall damage taken
Just
by an
don't
amount
give
equal
him a
to
staff
5
that
times
makes
your
it so
level.
he can fly.
35 points of damage.
Big mistake.
35 points of damage. There's a chance I can still do damage to you. Wait. No, there isn't. I can only do 30. Shit. Alright. You take no damage, so you... you elegantly fall like you intended it to. And you land nimbly on your feet. God damn it. Alright.
My wrist hurts.
Uh-huh.
Makes it better.
Hero landing. You scratched a knee. All right, Vola. So that was your movement. What else are you gonna do?
All right. So I fell at him, right? I'm in striking
Yeah, I would
range,
say you're
right?
like at his feet, considering that slow fall, so you actually get like an angle on your fall.
All right. So boop. That misses, and
Oh, hold on.
second.
You get these attacks with advantage.
all right. So the first one misses. Next one. Oh my god. All right, I hit once.
Yeah, 1 hit, and that's also considered a crit because it is stunned or paralyzed, rather. So we'll just double the damage, so he takes 20 points of damage. Nice.
Okay. And can I spin a key point to stunning strike?
Yes, you can. If you want, or you can go flurry of blows, or whatever you want.
How's the robot look?
It's looking
Pretty
really
stiff.
messed up. And frozen. But you're not a mechanic, so you can't tell exactly how messed up it is.
Alright, I'll do...
And it was also made out of junk and hobbled together to begin with, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's really working.
Is the flurry at advantage also?
Yeah, yes, all these will be at advantage.
Alright, so I'll take flurry of blows.
Alright, 2 unarms. Okay, that's a hit for 20 points of damage. And a hit, let's roll that second one more time, just in case you crit.
It had
Oh, it automatically
No, that
crits.
was advantage.
That
Yeah.
automatically crits anyway. So, for 36 points of damage. Ouch, Jesus. Very rough indeed. But it can't show it because it is currently frozen. Amic, what do you do?
all right. Well, I wanted Avik to feel more like a Jedi, so this is about where it's gonna go in. So Avik's gonna move and jump, and then he's going to use his psychic focus.
Fuck it, you got slow fall too? You
No,
son of a bitch.
I take no damage from falling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
so
No,
Avik
this is
just
awesome.
Jumps down and pulls out his dark saber, and he's just going to carve up this thing's legs.
Okay. Okay. All with advantage. That was.
Well,
That's a miss.
seriously?
That's
God
a miss. Oh, that's a hit. 18 points of damage. That's
my whole turn.
Oh, okay. So Avik just taps into the force and pushes off and lands and puts a giant gash as he brings the Darksaber that he activated mid-leap down this creature and lands at its feet. It would look very wounded, if you could tell. All right. When does it stop being encased? I should know this. Okay, tuned for 1d4 rounds, then shattering and freeing captors. Okay. I'm going to say that it hasn't been in one round. That the one round is on your turn.
Yeah, this will be its round.
Fuck! Alright, well, you know what? Just because I think it's fun. Let's I'm going to have to alter that, because they're going to need a save, because that's a bunch of bullshit.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's going to be a strength to break free. And this will be against your spell save DC, which is a 15, I believe.
You want to get the spell save DC or elsewise, because it's from an item.
I'll use your spell save. That's fine.
Okay,
15,
so yeah,
right?
it's a 15.
Okay, so it gets a 17, so it shatters free, and I'm gonna have to check something, but I'm gonna say it gets its movement this turn, and it's going to attempt to, I'm gonna say, trample over this would-be Jedi, Sith Lord, saber wielder, Amik. Amik, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as it attempts to stomp you on its way to the cargo hold door.
So it should be 10. So I don't have advantage on it.
10. Okay. So it's going to trample you. Not a whole lot of damage, but it's going to do some damage. 13 points of damage. As this giant foot steps on your toe. And it's going to bully its way through your square over you, since it's taller. And you see it beginning to reach for a hatch lever. You think that this might be...
moving out.
You think that this might be the release to the cargo bay door, and you guys are currently in open space. Might want to stop.
I'll be fine.
Amik's got his spacesuit.
Since
Skathos.
it's moving out of the square, does that attack of opportunity?
It will be an attack of opportunity for Cell.
Okay.
Alright, so all you gotta do is kill it with this one hit.
She has a chance. Otherwise, if it gets back to its turn, you all are getting sucked into the vacuum of space.
I'm still on it, aren't I?
Yes. So it didn't leave your threatened range, so no. You don't get to do anything. Skathos, it's your turn.
I don't think so. Unfortunately,
I forgot about
I have
that.
a plan, though. I have a plan.
I'm just going to preemptively put you out into space. Skathos, your turn.
Shit. Shit. Well, I'm out of attack, so I'm going to arm myself with my light. What is the light crossbow equivalent?
A blaster pistol?
Hold out
Or,
blaster.
yeah, like a
I'm taking
blaster.
a shot with my blaster. at this thing.
He's resulting to a blaster.
Yep.
I
So
hope you can hit.
here we go.
That's a miss.
14. I don't think it's gonna do it.
That's a miss. You're obscured from your sphere because you can't see through
All
it.
right.
You don't have any cantrips? Nothing?
Nothing at this range. No, I'm gonna just keep sending Simon towards it.
Okay. I need to get you a Simon token. We'll say that Simon is at Amic at this point.
All right. And
Now
that'll
that
be
it's
my
chasing.
turn.
Okay. Now it is Cell's turn.
So I want to. I would understand that it's going to take time. Would I understand how much time? Like greater than 1 round?
To reprogram it?
To get it
You think if you can beat the DC this go around, you could at the very least halt what it's doing.
Okay.
Maybe not
And I
reprogram
would
it, but you can stop it.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Dramatic music.
What do I roll?
Sorry. Arcana again. That wasn't
Arcana
very
again.
inspirational.
You just don't want me to win.
Well, you're dealing with a foreign robot. It's intelligence. Come on.
I get advantage because I'm using inspiration, or is that a plus?
Advantage.
die?
Advantage. Dun, 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 oh! So you see it start to reach down and grab at this handle, and its body can't pull the handle. It is currently stopped.
That's okay.
Vola.
Cell, do I kill it?
No answer from
Okay.
Sal. She's busy. Leave a message.
Give me that.
Volwa, don't let it open those doors.
All right, it's gone.
If you can
2
hit.
strikes.
Oh yeah, 22 is gonna hit. 4 points. Ooh, 20 hits for 10. Beautiful.
Is it still up?
It is still up.
All right, flurry of blows.
Spend that key point.
3.
Or shit, sorry, I meant draconic.
224 hits for another 20 points of damage. You see sparks start to erupt from its body. But the gears are still moving.
God,
You think that
dang
it's
it.
very close to dying. Amic.
Amic's going to take 2 swipes at it with. Does he get advantage because of Cell riding it?
Yeah, I'll say if you attack it from like down below, it's trying to. Cell's playing rodeo. I'll give you advantage.
All right, so he's gonna attack it twice.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Wait, is that rolling a d6?
D6 too. Yeah, it's considered longsword, so it should be a D8.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
If you get retroactive damage and kill this thing, I'm gonna be pissed.
I've been cheaping myself out of damage here.
You don't use it very often.
We found Amic's handicap.
Okay, so better damage.
That's better. So go ahead and just roll me one. Well, I guess we can take that. 13 plus 13.
Yeah, just do the 9. It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So
Second attack.
okay, second attack. 24.
Oh. Yes. Oh, hold on. Gotta sneeze. Okay. Oh, I hate that. Oh, it floats away. As Amic rushes over and slashes at the two legs, the body falls away from the door and begins to collapse. And you see that its foot is one of its feet that are closest to the door are beginning to slide out and catch the lever. But Amic quickly reaches out and pulls the foot with the force, and the foot clears the lever as the creature begins to fall and topple over, and the creature is dead. You hit him with the psychic hammer.
A beautiful creature is dead.
Good combat. I like the use of everything, guys. That was great. Alright. Get out of here. Because otherwise, you guys would have went out the airlock. Alright. Combat has ended. The creature lay smitten in the cargo hold.
What was that?
It was clearly a big old scary thing that was in here.
I don't know what he's saying. Does anyone understand what he's saying?
Does anyone speak Draconic?
I think so.
Good to know. Maybe Toucan Sam can translate. All right, so with that, the end of that combat, we're gonna take a quick break. I have to get something to drink and use the restroom.
Every time.
So take a, I don't know, like a 5, maybe 10-minute break, and we'll get back into it.
Alright, that's funny.
What up?
Yeah, Purple Chicken wants you to know your notifications are not going off. So
I
she
don't
hadn't
have
been
I
in.
don't have notifications.
Oh.
Because I'm old school. Ain't got no notification. All I got is beer. Well, that was fun.
Well, Cell, it looks like we're gonna have to check the rest of the ship with you because it's apparently very dangerous. And she agrees.
And she
Yeah.
Oh, strange. Yeah, I'll have to look into that purple. Yeah, so we can, for the sake of brevity, over the next 2 weeks, barring anything crazy, you guys clear out the rest of these little crab droids, and they don't cause too much damage to the ship. This cargo hold is now festively decorated with bullet holes and laser blasts, and a giant scraping of the metal. So there's a nice shiny spot in the middle of the floor where the storm was. Yeah. So, sorry, I've got like 5 different things. Yes, so you guys clean up all the rest of the droids. Cell, when she gets back, she can find some place to hide if she wants.
I'm here. Sorry.
Well, there you are. You have now cleared out the ship of any of these little scavenger droids. No other large mechanical creatures. It seems like all the scavenger droids are looking for parts for this creature, and you cleared them all out. And and the cleaning of the ship has begun now that the exterior of the ship has been completed. And the Mon Calamari come to you and say, well, it looks like the only thing that we couldn't fix was that large cannon on the front of the ship. Other than that, everything's good to go.
Well, where might we be able to take our cannon for repairs? Certainly you know someone.
Well, when I mean that we couldn't fix it, it just doesn't have any firing sequences. The parts and all the components and the cables and the energy tubes and everything of that nature are all present and in working order, but we could not activate any firing sequences. So it seems that's something that we can't fix.
Courses.
But the other weaponry is working just fine.
Everything's working according to specifications. Right as rain.
We should be all right.
And on those specifications, do you have a copy so we can oversee them on our journey?
He goes and he tries to pull up specifications, and this is a 3,000-year-old ship, so he doesn't really have specifications.
Right,
He's
that's what I
basically
thought.
saying that the cannons are equivalent to cannons that they have today, and they're in working order, essentially. They replace them with current parts. As far as game numbers, it's what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add bonuses to things, so it's just going to be a D20 roll, and if you beat the whatever armor class of that ship, then you hit it. Because there are too many weapons and too many different ship types to worry about bonuses.
Preposterous. You have all of 2 weeks.
Right? Let me just map out literally thousands of ships. Well, that's for now. Anyway, you know the damage. I have it written up there underneath the turbo laser and the proton torpedo tube. 2d6 for the turbo laser. Excuse me. 4d6 for the proton torpedo. So, and he tells you basically everything you need to know. He hands you the instruction book that says, hey, read this, and it says piloting for dummies. And essentially,
Yes, please.
he's amazed that a ship this large that can carry this many people only needs 7 people to run. Conveniently enough, you have 7 in your crew at the moment. At full tilt, you only need 7. You can get away with like a navigator and a pilot, but then you will not have anybody on the guns, kind of thing.
And is it possible to obtain, I guess, droids to facilitate?
Well, anything for credits.
Scathos, where you at? Scathos.
Far alone again.
Scathos, I don't... Where... Hold on. Let me find Scathos. And...
You can
Well,
speak
we'll
normally
go
now, Skip.
wander around.
And since it's been 2 weeks and you guys have cleared everything up, I'm going to say that you are all full healed and good to go. All your spells are back.
I think Scathos is muted or
He's dead.
mutiny.
Going to just respond in Draconic to Volwa.
It's been 2 weeks. You don't even know how to speak
Yeah.
Draconic.
I do know how to speak Draconic.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay. So you're just keeping up the ruse.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Sal's gonna scratch her head. I know I was supposed to make him talk like that for a little while, but man, this is really going on, isn't it?
You thought there
Yeah.
might be some consequences to making that item.
Is everything all right, Scathos? It's kind of been a while. You can knock it off.
Something about the expending large amounts of credits frivolously that seems to trigger it, I suppose.
Oh,
Lingering
that's great.
effects
So
of the item.
you're all good.
Valen, why don't you pull some from your own savings?
What is this foreign word? This savings. What is?
Uh,
What did they
after
say,
the
Drew?
month, well, there's still that debt to be tended to for all the times I filled up your previous ship. On each of the starports we stopped by, as well as your massive debt from a number of items purchased for you, as well as your gambling attitude that seemed of constantly wishing to double down on this debt.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
well,
I think this one is all yours.
so he says the ship is good to go. So we're good.
And where are those crewmen that you were speaking about hiring up, Volwa? Surely you don't expect it to just be the 7 of us, especially if the 3 from Joe's crew take the other flyer out.
All right. So how much would Vola actually have from his take? Because I didn't get magical items or anything. So
You didn't get anything.
yeah,
Put it all towards repairing the ship, cashing it in.
That's between the party because there wasn't individual loot given, as far as I know.
right. It was just a lump sum.
Yeah, I think you guys were planning on selling the items you weren't going to use and then splitting that up, maybe?
I recall this plan. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Which you can certainly do that on the space dock. That's
Yeah,
fine.
because yes, I still have the both armor of resistances in my inventory, and we're gonna sell those. And they're worth
Yes.
like 6,000 gold each.
Yep.
Yes. Just crazy pants.
All right. And so, how much? All right. So we get 12 grand.
No, we might be able to get 6.
Yeah, it's half price.
Oh,
what-
yeah,
of
because
what
we're
the,
bartering and stuff.
I mean,
The item it is, yeah.
Amic will try to haggle, but
Yeah, we don't have to RP that out if you don't want. We can just do it on a die roll.
yeah, 18.
And let me just, yep, you beat him. So he'll give it to you for, let's say, let's see, he'll give it to you for 4,000 each.
All right, so
Cell
I
likes
get
it. That's good.
8,000.
8,000, yeah, for those.
All right, so with that, Amic will go back to Scathos and he'll say, "All right, I sold the armors for 8,000. How do you want to split it up?"
Well, combined with the credits we found in that Dragon's Hoard, it makes the total collections 20,000 gold credits, 1,300 platinum credits, and we still have the matter of the silk coat, the platinum buckle, the comb, and the pouch to sell.
No, we're not giving them to you, Sel. We're going to sell them.
Yes, for resale.
Feed my kid.
And how much do we have to spend on the ship?
25,000 on the ship.
So are we short?
No. You had enough platinum credits. Basically, from the loot pile, I took
you
all
said
your
we had
platinum.
100 platinum. Okay, so that's another 1,000. Okay.
Yeah. So, Ryan, from your notes, before you add the 8,000 for the armor, basically the platinum and the gold should equal 25,000. Should be pretty close to it. I think it was like 12,000 gold and like 1,300
platinum.
1,300 platinum.
Okay.
So 25,000
so then,
gold. So you guys have 8,000.
Scathos, how much money does Volva owe you?
2,000. 2,128, if I remember correctly.
I think that's right. At least his next lineage and possibly their children as well, I think, were the final agreed upon terms.
Well, if we're splitting this 4 ways as 2,000 each, we need to pay the crews. So maybe we say split it 5 ways. Use that last fifth to pay the crew members.
This is agreeable.
So
Agreed.
1,600 each.
All right.
So Vola gets his credit, looks at it, and then hands it over to Scathos.
Oh, he won't even hand it over to you. He's just gonna Scathos.
Oh, very well, Volvo. Your very first payment has been accepted.
All right. Now we gotta hire some crew. Let's do it someplace else.
Where did you have in mind?
That's a good question. Let's go to the star map.
Yes, 1 second. Let me just bring that up.
I just got this image of all of us like Scooby Doo, like let's go look at the star map, and everyone just like runs over. There. I have to bribe my kid to stay in the room with me because he just woke up and he keeps trying to. So I keep giving him little snacks every time he leaves.
I guess the question is, where do we want to go next?
I thought we were gonna go to.
Well, we had planned to go towards Naboo before Cell went on and on about this treasure planet that she knew about.
Buy a ship though.
Yes.
I mean, do we still want to buy a ship?
No.
Well, from here, I think that the Perlimian trade route might be our best way towards the core worlds. We're still planning on making our way around to Alderaan and Balmora. But at this point, to be honest, I'm up for anything. This has been quite a spectacular venture of conquests thus far.
And maybe at this new ship, and we've been, kind of going crazy, going places. Perhaps it's good if we find a crew, and then we, actually make a work site of sorts of this place. We actually do a sort of salvagey type thing. So then when we go around, people aren't like, you have this big old ship with guns on it. We're like, no, we salvage stuff. It's okay. Like, maybe we should actually work on our business end.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's good cover.
Loading up with some form of cargo for trade.
Yeah. Like, lobster crabs for sale or robot crabs or crabs. Yep.
Well, we'll workshop it. Liana is a trading place. We stopped there before we went to Korriban, so we could go back there and pick up a crew and then make for the Inner Rim or the core worlds.
Out of game. Amic, how serious were you about getting followers for your
That's a
Mandalorian Knights?
That's a long-term thing.
I was ready to push it, but okay.
It'll happen. Don't worry. Give it time.
We got nothing but time.
I only had a couple days of prep for that.
Yeah, but we can fly over here and then pick up a crew, and then we can make our way in using the trade route towards Balmora or Alderaan.
While we're here on Mon Calamari, perhaps it could be worth looking into procuring sorts of arms, armor, or armaments for ships to be brought into the core worlds, as the Republic's Navy could certainly make use of them for a hefty price. And this is a world known to repair ships and the like. Perhaps they have spare parts.
It's true. We do have enough money to put a down payment on the business, so to say.
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
That sounds like a plan if I've ever heard one.
You don't have any money. Of course you want to do it.
Well, you always seem to support inclusion for spending others' money, hard-earned credits.
Here, take 1,000 of mine. Put it towards it.
You're in debt. Oh no, never mind.
Take 1,000 of my credits, however much you want to put towards it, and yeah, I think that's a good idea. We can purchase some ship parts and That'll be our reason for going towards the inner core.
Very well. And so, I might be able to use your expertise in the poorly made electronics in order to know what best to avoid. Would you mind escorting me to some of the dockyard repair shops? We have parts to procure.
Yes, I will help you in the best I know how to. Yeah, I'll follow you. Sorry, I heard half of that, so I'm just gonna go along with it and say yes. I was looking at that dead robot over there and I got distracted. As I begin banging on it with a metal spoon.
Right, sorry to take you away from that, but we should be back shortly. And we'll go look for some sort of like a parts distributor or something. Like a guy who's been selling to all these different repair dots.
Mm-hmm.
And just essentially looking for military grade if we could buy it. Otherwise, the kind of higher grade stuff, armaments, arms, and armors for ships, or like medical utilities and the like. Something to buy here that we could potentially sell to the Republic Navy in the core worlds.
Right. So definitely be ship parts for like X-wing, so engines, laser cannons, proton torpedo tubes for like Y-wing type ships, bombers. Yeah, so you definitely can find ship parts in here, and they tell you that that each part costs a bulk, and you know that your ship can hold 100 bulk between its two cargo bays.
All right.
And each bulk is it costs you 500 credits, but you think you can sell it to the Republic for at least 1,000. So it's like a 2-to-1.
All right.
But the more you carry, the more fuel you use, the more crew you're going to need to maintain it, that kind of thing.
Are there any weapons and things like that that are sold out here that are not going to be sold in the core?
Yeah, I would say that at this point in time, Mon Cal is neutral, so you could definitely buy weapons and munitions if you don't want to just buy parts.
No, that's going to be what Amic's going to do. While they're buying parts, Amic's going to go be looking for weapons and munitions.
Okay. Yeah, so you find just another Mon Cal seller, and he's...
Nothing that would be illegal, but just something that would be, like, you know, not easy to get.
Right. This is a Mon Cal-made blaster rifle, and it works well in muddy and watery environments, that kind of thing. Yeah, so you can find that. I would say that whatever you want to purchase, use the PHB book for purchase cost. So we'll purchase it at full price, and depending on your sell skill, you can sell it for more than book value.
Can I try to purchase it for less than full cost?
You can try. We can do another quick... Again, I'm not going to RP this out because shopping's annoying.
Natural 20.
So, let's see here. Okay, definitely. Roll me a D100. You
Really
talked him
consistent
into
with
an
that
83. So that's going to be a an 83% discount off of the book. So whatever you find in the book, 83%.
So
I'll let you
light
do the math.
crossbow is 25 gold. So
Times
All right,
80.
so while he's doing the math on that,
Yeah, that'll give you something to do for a little bit.
essentially, Scathos and Cell are looking to buy 30 bulk worth, so 15,000 credits
Okay.
worth of ship parts and items, but 30 bulk.
Okay. So just mark that down somewhere that you have 30 bulk
All right.
on your ship. And did you want to try to haggle for your bulk price?
Always.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. We'll just do we'll do a D20 roll off. You roll, I roll. Whoever gets better wins.
Sure thing.
I got a 4.
14.
All right. We'll do the same thing. Roll me a D100.
17.
All right. So you get a 17% discount on that. We'll round it down to 15 for easy math. 10% is 500. Yeah, 50. So you get 75 off that. So 425 per bulk.
Sweet.
I might have to do D10s because 80% is crazy.
So 12,750 for 30 bulk.
Sounds right.
425 for 30 bulk, right?
Yeah, 425 times 30.
Okay. Okay.
And you know that the going rate is 1,000, so you should make a hefty coin credit on this.
all right, Amic's gonna buy 175 of those guns.
Okay. You're gonna have to get a cart. Yeah, it only took us 16 sessions before you guys finally got guns to run. Yeah, so you can get a taxi that will bring a load of munitions, these munitions, back to the ship.
Cool. He'll hand him 743 credits, or 744 basically.
You made a steal on those.
I'm gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money on this. Yeah, and so Ryan, if you're keeping track, 170 guns. Actually, Amic, I'll have you keep track of this, or no?
I was keeping track of the guns.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking of the ship's bulk.
The guns weigh 5 pounds each. So let's see, that's 175 times 5 is 875 pounds. So that's about a ton.
About a ton.
Or that's
Okay.
half a ton.
Yeah. All right. So we'll say it's 50 guns to a bulk for storage. So that's 3 bulks.
So Amic will radio and say, "Hey, I've got like 3 bulks worth of weapons coming."
Wow, 3 bulk. Well, Emic, this is great job. I am very proud of your purchase.
I got a really good deal.
We've got 30 bulk worth of ship parts.
Yeah, just leave me some space.
Yeah. So between the 2 cargo holds,
you just leave me some space.
I just need to put
Just
3 crates in
to
here.
himself, letting go of his walkie-talkie button. Gathos is going to turn to Cell. Yes, I think we'll have no problem making way for his 3 bulk in our cargo hold.
So you have 30, I have 3, and there's 100 bulk.
What's the
worth
percentage
of?
of,
We're fine.
of margin
We're
profit
third
on this?
Well, when we buy stuff to make our way back out here, that's when we're gonna really bulk up.
Also, while we're here in a port, could we sell some of these extra items that are worth gold? Stuff like these. I'll just copy paste it into the chat.
Yep.
Different stuff we picked up on different ports.
Yeah, so it'll be sell for half unless you want to bargain.
Gonna try to bargain.
All right. So
Give us most
we'll
of the stuff. Looks pretty.
we'll
I'll
do.
do it. I'll do
Okay.
it.
Amick comes
I'm
in with his
proficient in persuasion. just
Mandalorian
BB-dubs.
Mandalorian scare tactics with his persuasion. Roll me a d20 with your
11.
persuasion. Okay, and the seller says no, I can only do at half price. So
That's
you can
fine.
sell all those
We've
for
been
half
ripping
price.
people off left and right, anyways.
Hey, you guys! I mean, you guys haven't left yet. I don't want to jinx it.
So
Knock
that's
on
like
wood.
what?
You haven't blown something up
50,
yet.
And
So
then
that's the total
A handful tonight.
for that time.
so
half of that.
so half that.
So 575.
And then 575 divided by, well,
So 575 would be half of that.
and then 575 divided by 3. No, divide by 4, and then you just get his
Yeah, Volva's
side.
cut.
So that's 143.75.
That covers the rest of Volva's tab, doesn't it?
We'll I'll have to double check.
But-
Oh my god.
Okay, so you guys got some cargo, you guys got some bulk, and you guys are gonna make a shipping run on the Mandalorian named is it Balak? Balak Pearl. And you're heading to where?
We're going to go to Liana first to pick up crew, and then we're going to take the trade route in.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. You were fueled up, you are ready to go. Sel, what are you doing while everyone's doing their purchasing thing? Are you messing around on the ship anymore?
I am just, when I'm helping Stathos any way I can, basically.
Okay. Good enough. So you do that. So you guys get everyone on board. You get the black, whatever I called them, the black party. They're back on the ship, and they went ahead and refueled the Jolly Roger 77-7, and you guys are ready to take off.
Amick will make sure to pay those 3.
What is the going like follower rate?
I don't remember what we actually agreed on a rate with them. Did you write
This is
it
like-
down, Ryan?
It's like 5 credits a week. 5 credits a week or something. I thought I wrote that down too.
We did come to an agreement.
Yeah, because I said percentage, and everybody's like, no. And it was
Did say they had the opportunity to earn a percentage if they helped us on certain,
If they went
Things,
out,
but-
they could get a percentage.
but yeah, I don't remember the.
No, I don't
I
have
followed
that.
or
written
something.
I
down.
didn't write it in my notes, but I
We'll figure it
do have the trained, skilled hireling at 2 gold per day.
2 gold per day, so
Okay, and then we
6 gold per day.
and then we just put 1,600 gold into that fund.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 weeks, 14. That's 28 times 3 is 56. $74 gold. Okay.
Yeah. It might be easier to do 5, so it's easier math, but that's fine.
Sure. So that's
So it's
let's see,
15
what
gold
would
per
they-
day.
So 15 gold per day. So times 7. So for the black party, that's 105 gold a week. It's been 2 weeks, so that's 210 gold.
And we might revise that later, but that should be a good start. Because obviously these guys proved to be elite hirelings. Worth the
Mostly,
money.
I just don't want them to try to steal my fucking ship.
Yeah, you're paying them well because they're not douchebags.
Yeah,
so
paying them well
douchebags.
because, you know, we're stuck here for 2 weeks, don't want them taking off on us while we're just sitting around.
So your
You know
ships
how
are
union goes.
right. Trade agreements.
Gotta give them something to gamble with.
Yep. So you get on the ship, and are you ready to take off?
Yeah, fire everything up.
All right. Let me. Do I have? Oh, this one doesn't have.
All hands to your stations. We're getting ready to take off.
I'm trying to find.
Baldwin
Take
rubs
off?
his hands together and runs to the pilot ship. Or pilot seat.
Amick lays into course.
Oh,
That worked out perfectly. Okay. Yeah, so you lay out the course. And I'm going to have, since this is a new ship, Volvo, give me a sleight of hand, please. For your piloting skills. Because if you wreck it into the shipyard... Ah, shit. Alright.
Well,
You
Like, in my head, it's like, you know, when you go like if he's like, you could drive a stick, right? Oh yeah, I could drive a stick.
Yeah,
Like,
he's grinding gears bad.
I can't turn it on.
Ew, no. Oh,
the
man.
parking brake's still on!
Yeah, the parking brake's still
Oh my
on
gosh,
as...
this happened to Sulu!
Yeah. So as you're getting out,
Yeah.
you wind up grinding against the space dock where you were connected to, and the hatch that was connecting you to the dock snaps off, and you take off into space. And
Oh, was that part of our ship?
they're
Was
not
that part
happy
of our
with you.
fucking ship?
No. Don't worry. I've got this. It wasn't important. I don't think.
And you are currently being hailed on your ship. Open channel.
What was the name? Something like
Bullock Pearl.
Ballock Pearl.
Balak Pearl disembarking.
Yeah, we
Now
know.
you tell them.
You broke our space dock. You better stop and pay for it.
Let's get out of here.
Hit and run. Hit and run.
Is that
Uh, you-
That's what insurance is for.
You start to...
Engines to pilot, are we under attack?
Nope, everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine here. How are you? Okay. And then Bolo will engage it and then skedaddle.
Can I
And
assist him?
yeah, you can assist. As you hear, there might be a tracking noise that they might be locking onto your ship in order to hit it with an ion cannon to disable it.
Oh, maybe we should pay for the dock.
The one spot we can go to repairs in the galaxy might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
I'll hold up.
We'll pay for it. Skathos, I've got some bad news. Volvo owes you more money.
God damn it.
Damn it, Volva. You were so close to making your final payment.
You just got
But
new
as
paint on the
always-
thing and you sideswiped the space station.
Damn it, Sal.
Volva, how much do you need?
How much is it gonna cost?
Let me see. 270 credits.
This is painful, like a dagger to my heart. 270 credits, Volva.
I could make it more expensive if that's too much for you.
No. He's got plenty. Go ahead, pay the man.
He sends
Let's
you a
go.
wire code so you can wirelessly transfer the credits over.
I'll punch it in.
Thank you for doing business with the Mon Calamari spaceport. Please don't crash into us again.
You heard him, Volva. Don't crash into him again.
So you guys
We can't.
now
We're clear.
peel off the space station and begin to get out of orbit of the planet of Mon Calamari and begin your preparations for the jump to hyperspace. And you take off. Jesus.
That's flying. I want to sit with just a group if we all are in the same place at the same time. So I've been thinking after Skittles and I bought some supplies for the selling salvage part of our perhaps it might be a good idea to make one of the cargo bays a decoy cargo, if that makes sense. Like if we can make one invisible to the normal person, like a
Ted, I
secret
can hear you
stash.
breathing.
You mean you want a smuggler's cache?
Sorry, I'm struggling with apps popping up.
That's fine.
Yeah, like a smuggler's cache. Like in case, we have more, not so much illegal, but, more valuable items that we could put in there. So if we do ever get, looked at by someone searching the ship, they don't find that we put on the ship if they are more valuable or...
Not a bad idea, Sel. Perhaps a false wall of sorts?
Yeah.
Not too
Figure
far
out how to build it.
This is my life.
Yeah, so you figure that you can either modify a cargo hold or you can lose some of your starfighter storage in order to hide something like in a false ceiling.
Or just false ceiling. I feel like the cargo holds might be easier because there's already the lift in there, so if it is something big, we could easily... But we just have to make it, from the outside look like it's nothing, and then from the inside look like it's nothing. So I just thought it's something we might be able to work on since we're going to be flying through space for a little while.
I'd very much like to help you in this endeavor, Sal. Do what I can to perhaps make use of some electronic devices to throw off any scanners attempting to scan these false walls.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
So, as you guys take to hyperspace, I'm going to move you back to your ship. You can go ahead and draw out or ping where you would like to have a secret compartment in one of your two cargo holds. The forward cargo hold, so that'll be the Omni Cannon side cargo hold, has the most of the bulk of your ship parts as they are larger. And the aft cargo hold, which is engine side, has the some of the ship parts and the weapons bulk.
I thought that we tried to hide something back here, the hidden space.
We could probably easily just make like a line right before the engine room door, maybe? No, let go.
So careful with that laser pointer. Those are things.
So we're thinking of converting this area into a secret compartment.
Yeah.
I mean, mean, that's still big. Like, that's still a large area, yeah?
Yeah, that's like a large master bedroom, kind of like a living room.
For just, more unique items, like the holocrons we've been finding, if we need to leave them somewhere.
Yeah, it's approximately, 45 feet by 30 feet. So it's a large room. Actually, that's about the size of a house. Question is, how are you going to hide such a large room? You might have to, wall off this 50-foot room.
We can disguise it as part of, like an important part of the engine room.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to do a
large
false wall, and maybe you might have to modify the walkway to now go around this false wall. Otherwise, you're gonna have a walkway leading a dead end into.
Make it look correct with moving the walkway and putting the false wall in, and the magical bookcase where you pull the lever. No.
Right. Okay. It's gonna take some time to do, but it's something that you can definitely modify once you get enough parts to build a 50-foot wall, and put some hatchways in there and move some things around. It can be done. So we are going to start heading to the planet of music, the planet of Leanna. So we actually went to Leanna? I don't remember doing that.
We did. That's where we stopped right before we went to Korriban.
Oh, that's right. You guys got some supplies on there. I remember now.
Though our ship was a little different back then.
Little different. Yeah, so you can go down there, and Amic, with your mercenary background, you can hire a crew. Do you want to bring the small ship down, or you want to try to land the big one on planet?
No, I'll take the small ship down. If anyone wants to come with me.
Well, what's your back?
So
Unless I'm going to be a little bit busy with Cell helping with this wall.
I'll go with you.
I think I'll be okay. I can just work on the wall, and then whatever I need you for, you can come back and work on with me. So you will take care of him. I'll be working busy.
I'll go with Amic.
All right, boys, let's go.
All right. So the boys leave Cell alone on this magnificent battleship.
Oh, wait.
And you head down planet side on the Jolly Roger.
Damn it.
And it's gone.
If Cell ever wanted to turn evil, now would be the time. As she has a crew of 4 to maneuver this large ship. No, she's being babysat by Joe.
We're not friends anymore.
Yeah, I know. He tries to proposition you once again. Join our crew. We have a bigger ship now. No, so you guys land planet side, and on the Jolly Roger, and Amic finds not a seedy bar, but a relatively innocuous like a watering hole. It's got some music going. Let me see what we got something here. They've got some music. Yeah, there we go. So you hear some music going on in the background. Some people are having a good time. Quite a few people in the bar getting their drinks. Amic, you do notice that there is someone that might be wearing Mandalorian armor, or it could just be a helmet. But it looks like a familiar armor type to you. And you also see some other thuggish-like people. You also see some people that are look like they're wearing Republic crew outfits, as well as like maintenance people. It seems like a good mix in here, but it seems like it's mostly non-Republic independent contractors in here.
Is there a particular group of them? Like, how many did you say it was like max crew?
Max effective crew is going to be, let's see. Max effective crew is 8. So that's going to be 8 for like important duties, like firing weapons, navigation, radar, sensors. Essentially,
so
in this ship,
7 of us, and we get like 7 more people. That gives us 14. That's like 2 shifts of people at all times, and that gives us an away crew and a crew that can still pilot the whole ship.
Correct.
We also need a crew for the Jolly Roger, in case we make use of it as a fighter.
Yeah, so 14 would be enough, right? Total people.
Yeah, and then you could also use more crew in case, like, say something got hit and you need engineers to go running. Like, there's always more crew you could use.
So how many people do you think we should hire here, Scathos?
We'll look around. Probably 5. More might draw too much attention. But I'll be surprised if we can find 5. If there's someone around like a pilot's tavern or something, after shift drinks or the like, perhaps more, but shoot for 5, I think.
Is there actually any like groups of people?
You see a handful of people at the bar, but they don't seem to be talking to each other. You see an occasional table where there's 2 or 3. And roll me a perception real quick. And you see
advantage selected. The 17 was the first one.
Okay, that's good. You still see, and you see in the back corner, and a little bit dark, you see a group of 6 people kind of sitting around having a few drinks and just having a merry time. They don't look particularly nasty, as in they're not like thugs, bottom dwellers, but it seems like they might be like mechanics or like worker types in a group of 6. So it seems like maybe they just got off of a shift working a dock or something like that.
What about them, Scathos?
Why not?
All right, we'll go talk to them.
So you head over to this group of, we'll just call them dock workers. Oh, excuse me. So you head over to this group of dock workers.
Well,
and...
I mean, I guess the question is, would these guys be able to do the jobs that we need filled?
You think that some of them could definitely adapt to whatever starship that you're doing, whether it be maintenance. You do see that there are maybe like a single pilot, or like a pilot and maybe a navigator talking, kind of like a Han and Chewie kind of thing, keeping to themselves on one side. This is just the largest group of people. It seems like a bunch of like engineers, roughneck type people.
Okay, well, we'll talk to them all then. Amick will walk up and he'll say, "Hey there, I'm captain of a ship. I'm looking for crew."
Oh, a captain, you say? Well, that's wonderful. My friends and I just got off of a shift. We just got off of a cargo hauler, and Yeah, we could pick up another voyage at least.
Good. We're making a run towards the inner planets. We're gonna hit Balmora.
Oh, you're going close to the core worlds.
Yeah.
And he looks around and he says, "None of you have bounties from the Republic, do you?" And they all just kind of start cheering and going back to their drinks.
Anyways, who's up for a journey?
Well, like I said, we all need work, right? And everyone's like, yeah, that's cool.
2 credits a day.
Hey, that's more fair than the last ship we were on. We only got a credit a day. Well, sign us up. What dock are you at? Oh, I didn't tell you your dock.
Insert dock here.
Insert dock here. We're going to use generic Star Wars, Dock 94. Which is actually, I think, the last dock that you guys landed on this planet. So we'll go Dock 94.
Dock 94.
Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not.
Dock 94. When do you plan on leaving?
Insert time here.
We will meet you at the dock. What's the name of the ship that we'll be parting on?
It is the Balak Pearl. But it is up in orbit around the planet. You will meet us at our transport ship.
We'll meet you at Dock 94 then. And they say, we got a job. Good pay too. All right, yeah.
And then Amik also wants to talk to whoever's wearing the Mandalorian helmet.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk up to him, and essentially he's got a Mandalorian helmet, and he's wearing, like, tattered leather armor, or it almost looks like a tunic, and it's got, like, a tattered hood that's hanging down. He's got 2 shoulder armors that are scarred up, and it's got blaster fires and nicks across them. And he's wearing like a simple brown slacks and combat boots. And he's just sitting there, kind of got a straw in his drink, and he's drinking underneath his helmet to not reveal his face.
Oh, straw? Never mind. I'm just kidding.
It's cool. No, actually, he doesn't have a straw. He's got a drink, but he's just kind of swishing it around. He's just sitting at the bar.
A crazy straw.
Right.
Yeah, it's got his crazy straw with the glasses.
And he'll say, hey.
He looks to you and, what do you want?
Are you Mandalorian?
Depends on who's asking.
A Mandalorian.
He actually turns and looks at you. And he kind of just does a floor-to-ceiling look at you and... Yeah? Well, no, I'm not quite a Mandalorian. Bought the armor from one, though.
Well, then, do you want to be a Mandalorian?
Well, that's new. I've never heard of that before. I didn't think you just invited folk to the Mandalorians.
You know, you have to prove yourself. Live the Mandalorian way, but it's a possibility.
Well, I can definitely prove myself. What kind of quest are you on, Mandalorian?
It depends. What kind of skills do you have?
Well, I'm actually a bounty hunter. Specifically, I hunt for major corporations, and I find their bail jumpers and payees that are trying to ditch their money, ditch their debts, and take special consideration and carefulness to not show which corporation is hiring me, so that way their name isn't sullied when I take in my bounty. You know, utmost discretion.
How close am I to them?
You can be within the area.
Are you under contract now?
Today, I'm not. Tomorrow? Shoot, couple hours. If your name comes up, I'll be after you. That's as simple as it comes. But no, not right now.
You don't really need a bounty hunter. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you, Mandalorian. Hope I'm not on the bad end of your blaster.
No, you're fine for now.
And he goes back to swishing his drink, kind of. Yeah, right. Yeah, so he goes back to swishing his drink and kind of just eyeballing the bar. You see him kind of scanning. Very ever so slightly with his helmet.
Alright, well, let's go back to the ship and get the show on the road.
Did you want to talk to the pilots, or?
Oh, you mean those two were separate from that other group? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they would have been separate.
Oh, then yes, we'll go talk to the pilot and the navigator.
Yeah, so you come up to, let's see. Yeah, so you see a female, human, sitting in a booth. It's like a brown booth. And she's talking with a, let's see here. Trying to find names. And she's talking with another human. Let's see here. It's like a human male. Yeah. Oh, no. She's talking to another female, so it's two females. And this one is a Falleen, which is like a cat race. And the Falleen is your typical kind of Bengal, red fur with black stripes. And so she's kind of just idly talking about, you can kind of overhear, they're not being super quiet about it, but about dream ships and destinations that they would like to go to.
And what are they?
Oh, yeah, just the human female is saying that, yeah, I had a vision once. That's wait, that's gonna be the other one. Yes, I had a vision once. I saw a planet where there was a forest covering the entire planet, and there wasn't no technology, no civilization, just ancient ruins and sandstone temples dotting through the forest. That'd be a nice place to visit, I think. Just to get away from all the nonsense. And the Catwoman is like, oh yes, that sounds magnificent. It does. we could lose ourselves and perhaps find something intriguing buried somewhere in those temples. I like the idea of that.
Amic will approach him and he'll say, "Good evening, ladies."
Good evening. What can we do for you?
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. It sounds like you two are up for a little adventure, little exploring.
We are up
Skills.
for... What?
Skills. Make sure they have skills.
Oh, we are up for adventure. That is if you have a ship and for the right price.
I am a captain of a ship and I'm looking for crew. Tell me, what skills do you have?
The human pipes up and says, well, I am quite an adept pilot, and it helps that I am, you could say, force sensitive, some say. I have premonitions, heightened reflexes, and let's say I have never hit an asteroid, no matter how many fields I've ran through. And
Maybe she'll replace you, Volwa.
Yeah, we've already got a pilot. What else can she do?
I've
We
never
need somebody to fly when you're not there.
I've never ran into a Mount Calamari space station either. You know, news travels fast.
Your reputation precedes you.
Sorry.
The other one says, I am a treasure hunter, so I am skilled with ancient hyperlanes, and I know quite a few navigational routes that can skirt unnecessary entanglements if need be.
Shit, I might be out of a job too. Yeah.
I also know a few engineers that are on the other side of the...
Gatos, do we need more engineers?
You just picked up a whole bunch. Your dock workers.
I think we're good on engineers. What we need is a pilot and a navigator. Are you guys in?
Tell me where the first planet you're going to, and I'll let you know if we're in.
Well, first we're going to Balmora, and then we're bound for Alderaan. And then... who knows? We could find a planet that is nothing but forests and has sandstone temples.
Oh, make a persuasion check.
With advantage?
I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage for being sly, throwing that in. And she's just
Sweet.
like... the human says, do you know where that is?
I mean, do I know where that is?
Roll me a history check.
Natural 20.
Amic's
been reading a lot lately.
You've been reading. You have, actually. A lot of your downtime when you're not navigating is spent in your quarters reading. That's
all
very
of
true.
my downtime.
Yes, you know at least of one planet that comes to mind that is not heavily populated. It's not industry. It has no industry on it. Forest with the sandstone temples and structures. You believe that's Yavin 4.
Oh my god, you son of a bitch. Yes. Avik will say, yes. See, I have read legends of the great Force user Exar Kun and the legend of Yavin 4.
You see the Falleen, the Catwoman. Her ears actually perk up, and the human gives you a very high eyebrow. So you know of ancient Sith then?
I've read things. I've met certain people. I mean, Avik does have 2 lightsabers on his belt.
That's very true.
He has a Sith lightsaber on his belt, and he has the dark saber on his belt.
Yeah. Which looks like a dagger, so it's in a sheath, but
yeah, so it looks like I have 1 lightsaber.
Yeah, right, a double-bladed lightsaber. It's great. So the Falleen reaches a hand over and touches the human's leg and says, "I think that this might be the out we've been looking for. I think we should take him up on his offer." And you see the human furrow her brows after this proposition from her friend, and you, all 3 of you, since you are relatively attuned to the Force, can tell that she's tapping into her latent abilities. And she comes back out, and her eyes kind of roll back down and focus. Looks to the Falleen and says, "This will be prosperous, to say the least."
Insight.
Go for it.
Where'd it go?
You, as a fellow alien, are enamored by the Catwoman, and her ears are distracting you. And you believe by the tone of voice that seems fair. You still fail.
Ah.
Well, tell me, do you have names?
Yeah, the human says, "I am Andrita." And for your, not Andrita, Adrita, which is Adritia. And the Falleen, let me pull this up. "My name is Zira." It's an Xera.
So Adrita.
Let me see. Adritia. Yes. I need to add a section for crew now. God damn it, you guys.
Okay, and Zara is what race?
A Falleen. I believe it's cat people.
And Adrita is a Force-sensitive human.
Yep.
Okay, and she's the pilot, right?
Yes, the human is the pilot.
Okay, cool. All right, now we got a crew. Let's go.
Where shall we be meeting you?
Dock 94.
Dock 94. I will see you there. Do you plan on leaving
Insert time
now
here.
or in the morning?
You got anywhere to go? Faster the sooner the better.
Work's to be done. We will meet you there within the hour.
All right, very good.
And So you see, as you leave the bar, they pay for their drinks, and you also see your crew of engineers, who I will give names and races to later, because they're not as interesting. They'll probably just be engineers 1 through 6. And you see them grabbing their satchels as they had just come off one ship and jumping to another. As you're waiting on the dock for your crew to arrive, and you see Zira and Adrita show up with their satchels on their back, and they are ready to work. Adrita is very formal in her attire, very simple gray and white flight suit. It's prim and proper, as Zira is very, she's got like a black vest on, and simple like black capris, leaving her arms and legs relatively free. But they don't seem like they have any weapons or things like that you can see on their person. Same with the engineers.
Oh, and we didn't tell them about our ship yet. Oh, that's funny. So when they show up, Amick will say, "All right, here she is. Let's go."
Hopefully we can all fit in there.
Don't worry. This is just the transport ship.
Oh. Adita, I think you chose right this time. And all your crew go jump on board, and they stow their cargo. The engineers have crates that they bring on with their tools, and like I said, a duffel bag for Zira and Adrita.
Skatos is going to make himself look like another human passenger and just kind of mingle about with them, just in case he overhears something. But essentially making it look like he's a new hire as well. Kind of
okay. Do you tell your party members that you're doing it?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to leave without Skatos.
I'll let Amick know. Like, I'm going undercover.
Are we?
All right. So you go and board in a cramped crew quarters. Essentially, the engineers have taken the 4 racks, and 2 of them are sitting on the ground. The new captain Adrita and the navigator Zira have gone to the hollow room because there's really nowhere else to go, and they pull up a couple chairs there. So you can either go with the engineers or with the flight crew.
I'll probably stick around the flight crew, just kind of do what I can to overhear their conversation.
Okay. Yeah, so you you go into the room, and you find a corner to lean your back up against. And do you look like a young human?
Probably like middle-aged.
Middle-aged.
A couple of battle scars.
So one of the engineers calls out to you, and he's like, "I didn't see you at the bar. What are you doing here?"
Not from the bar, friend. More specialized set of skills.
Oh, we got a special one over here. No worries, my friend. I'm sure we're all gonna get along. So, what are your special set of skills?
Mental note of that guy for when we get onto the ship. Just making a mental note.
Yeah, so the guy that was kind of giving you some sass, he seems like a younger crew member, probably late teens, early 20s.
Perfect.
Full of P&V. And so as you take off, Bo will roll me a sleight of hand. I want to see if you crash into something else.
Not funny. Oh my god.
That's not sleight of hand.
That's definitely a stealth roll. Try again.
Let's see if you stealth.
Oh
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Goodbye.
So
We got another pirate.
this sounds like one of those parts in the movies where they're trying to turn over the engine and it's and you see
Is
Adrita.
just gonna grab a Volva and pull him out of the chair and say, "Here's your interview. Let's see if you can do it."
So Adrita says, "Is he just having a rough day or what?" And she
It's
comes up.
been a rough couple. Yeah. What's wrong, Volva?
Only slightly better than Volva, but
Oh my god!
she doesn't actually hit anything. With her 14, obviously the chair has been configured for a Doug, so she's a little congested and she's adjusting it as she's flying, pulling the seat back, leaning it back a little bit, getting comfortable. She slips on a pair of flight gloves, and because she doesn't want to touch Doug feet, and so she pilots it up, and little jarring, little rocking, but once you leave the platform, she stables out and takes you out to atmosphere.
And then Amick will point and say, "That's our ship."
And she just lets out a low, long whistle.
The
Wow. And she calls out, Zira, come here. And Zira comes running to the bridge, and she just agape. That's your ship?
That's our ship.
What did she call it?
The Balak Pearl.
You gotta remind me, was Balak working?
It means opportunity in Mandalorian.
Means opportunity. I see plenty of opportunity. What is that in the center of the nose?
It's a big cannon that we need to get fixed.
What do you need a cannon that big?
I don't, but I want it.
Overcompensating.
Adrita, if you don't take him, I will. She just turns and walks out of the cabin. And Adrita, you see Adrita, and she's pale. Not by looking ill. She seems like she has almost pearlescent skin. And she has a very cropped haircut, a little messy, but it's like jet black hair on a pearlescent skin. Very stark contrast. And you actually see a little pink come to her cheeks when Zira makes that mention. But she stifles it and focuses on her flight into your pearl. And let me see if she pulls a landing here. Natural 20's the landing. She comes in,
Sorry, Volva.
goes to land,
Fuck her.
and pulls a Millennium Falcon and does a 180 and crops it, lands it right. You don't even feel the jets. You don't even hear the compression of the pistons on the landing gear. She lands it so softly, and she expertly hits a couple buttons, and you see the force field go over the front of the ship area, the ship bay.
Whoa, it
Yes.
stomps out. Rookie luck.
Rookie look. Well, it seems like this ship handles like a dream. If you have the right touch.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go take the controls of the ship, the Black Pearl.
You better be careful. If you keep rolling ones, you're gonna lose your job altogether.
I know this sucks.
You should have been a gnome. Yeah. So I assume you give your new crew the grand tour.
Yeah, I'll let once we get on board, Amic's gonna look around and say, everyone wait here. I need to go get my chief engineer. You, come with me.
Follow him out of the room.
And then a few minutes later, I'll come back with Skathos.
When they all get on board, I want to try and be like the shadows. I don't want any of them to see me.
I figured you're still working on your lovely
Yeah, well,
contraption in the cargo
I
hold.
do definitely want to try and make that like completely done, but like if I notice any of them coming, like I don't want the new crew to even know I exist. Like I want to be a shadow.
All right, so you
Somebody's eventually gonna see you. They're like, "There's a Jawa on the ship." Like, we know that's Cell.
so you
He's the owner.
all right, roll
She
me
owns the ship.
roll me an investigation check real quick.
Who?
14.
Cell.
So
For me or not. I rolled it.
you find the air duct system, and you are currently crawling around the air duct system.
Perfect.
And you
Yeah, like
you
I'll
think
be
that
working
with
on my secret wall and stuff all
Yeah.
while I can, but if I notice anyone coming, I'm like,
That was
gone.
the last time anyone ever saw Cell.
yep.
She climbed in and got lost.
Well,
It got
you know,
chopped up by a fan.
yeah. And Sal, you think that with enough time, you could probably find the similar to the Jolly Roger, the droid maintenance area. You currently only have Chopper on the ship, as far as a mechanic slash protocol droid, or not protocol, astromech droid.
Astro droid.
Astro droid. But with enough time, you actually find that catwalk as well, or that it's like a small tunnel that runs around the ship. And you can overlook the welcome party, which is below the bridge. And they just kind of all like, wow, there's so much room in here.
Right, and then he'll come back with Skathos. All right, this is Skathos. He's the chief engineer, so he's gonna take you guys on a tour. You two, you're coming with me. We're gonna go check out the bridge.
So things 1 through 6 follow Skathos.
You six, follow me. We're going to go through a series of repetitive tasks to ensure you are indeed capable of earning your credits aboard this vessel.
Have Cell break something, and then they have to fix it.
More or less just kind of gone through the series of repairs that he made to the ship while on the junk planet, like intricately talking about the rewiring, basically kind of showing off his own skills a bit, but also making sure they know effectively what the situation is in the engine room.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah,
You know-
and they seem competent.
Cool.
And before we go, I need Cell to roll me. Let me see. Hold on. Where's the thing? Don't tell me they got rid of it. Cell needs to roll me a D100, please.
Three.
63. All right. So, let's come to here. Let's see what day 63 is. Where did you go? Let's see what happens. Because you haven't gotten rid of your wonderful things.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just joking. We're not going to do anything with that right now. I can't find it. I can't find anything to roll with that for right now. So, yeah, so you guys get your crew, you get them all set up, and you guys get a working shift going. And, yeah, you guys are ready to start your first gun run. I think that's where we're going to end it.
I do want to remind you, at the end of the session, I do have a special knick-knack that you have to give me from, oh my gosh, the planet we were just on, that we got the ship from. Some sort of special knick-knack. So.
Oh, I was supposed to give you a knick-knack?
I told you it wasn't necessary, but I was curious if you happened to get one or not. Oh my god, it's so too wired
Yeah,
now.
hold on. I might... let me roll your 63 onto that, and let's see what happens.
It's from the junk planet.
Oh, actually,
Not
this works out perfectly. Your little knick-knack is actually a small urn that contains ashes inside of it. And the markings on the urn signify that they are the remains of an infamous religious zealot that was responsible for a holy war that killed millions.
Great. That's awesome.
And I'm going to mark that down and put that in my little log as a quest thing. Because that's going to be fun.
Nassa's going to use that for her terrarium.
I'm going to bathe my chinchilla in this. And I think that's what we're going to call it tonight, guys.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
I hope you had fun.
I'm so excited.
I have to polish up on my piloting skills.
I
You call
guess.
that polish? A little bit.